Hey, everybody in the sky. We'll wait for a few more people to come in. Here I come. Where's my coffee cup? Put it on the floor. Okay. I know what my thing all open. Good morning. Let me see if I got this focus right. Good morning, everybody. Got to see if I got this focus right. I believe I do. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Okay, I want to stop that music. Y'all, I don't know why I be having these long introductions. Sometimes I may forget to put my water by me. I already have my coffee by me, and I be running back and forth, and that's why. And I know it'd be long because I know sometimes when I come on here and watch somebody that I miss, I sit through that long music introduction, especially the people that got something that's made for them. Or I got songs. Like, for example, when I used to watch The Fly, she had this long commercial on before she came on, but I sit through and watch it because I used to watch her. So let me apologize about that. I'm going to start making that shorter. But then sometimes I just be playing it until enough people come into the room. So anyway, first, let me start off. Let me speak first. Let me get my gadget. Yeah, not a lot going on unless I want to talk about the stuff that's going on in the world. And like I said, I know people be coming on here to get an escape sometime from all the negativity, so to speak, is going on in the world. Let me pronounce it right, because what's his name? Troletta go saying, and Bless Watkins don't know how to say negativity in the world. She said negativity. He used to correct me all the time, and lately there's nothing to be corrected about. But that's why this brings me to Dutch Killer. Ever since he's been doing this Gong show, it's something to look forward to just Shake you away from the world for a little bit. Now, he didn't come on last week and do what? But he did come on one of those days on his other channel and do a little something, something. But I couldn't really do nothing. I kept dropping off. Something was going on. Oh, I didn't even fall off last night. Must be my new router. Because I jumped on that first because I was thinking just in case. I'm having technical difficulties. I wanted to get it all the way before I started jumping out. But anyway, it was really fun last night. And guess who won? Guess who won? Why? Me. Yes, I did. I came on there singing one of my Patti LaBelle's, but old school Patti LaBelle. Itchy Gitchy Ya Ya Ya. If y'all don't know of it, it goes like, okay. Let me take a sip of my morning voice. Let me give y'all an example. He met Mama laid down in old New Orleans, strutting her stuff on the street. She say, "Hey Joe, you wanna give it a go? Itchy, itchy, ah ya ya ya. Itchy, gotchy, ah ya ya." Y'all, but I sounded a little better, I think, last night. No, I'm sounding better this morning because my voice was toe up. Anyway, I'm just giving y'all an example of what I saw. And he don't just go on. He don't just judge by you can have people that can really sing because I don't really have a singing voice. That's not the gift that God gave me. God gave me other gifts, but he goes on originality too. You know what I'm saying? So I won that and this game he played. He mentioned a word, and the word you have to use it in a song. It can be the song title or it can be a word that's in the song. And I got mine in all the 12 seconds or 10 seconds that it was. But every time he said a word, one of the old school songs would come to my mind. It would it was fun, y'all. And that's what YouTube is about to me. It's not about all this darkness that we keep hearing about somebody doxing somebody, putting somebody's family out there, trying to make somebody lose their job. And I mean, dragging the babies and just doing some horrific, horrible stuff. It's, that's not what it's about. So I do appreciate that. Even during the time when he called himself throwing a tantrum and blocked your old girl, I still was on there watching him, no matter what. Because for a minute I was blocked. I couldn't say nothing. He threw a tantrum, y'all, and blocked the old girl. But that's okay. He brought her back. He knew he was going to bring her back. He better have brought her back, okay? Else he was going to be making a decision. But anyway, for y'all, it was fun. But the sad part came at the end. Jessica B came on, and she lost one of her loved ones, so we need to send prayers to her and her family. I forgot, I don't know which relative or loved one that it was, but everybody, Betcha sang a song, somebody else came and sang a song for her. It was nice, so people start paying tribute to her family, and singing a song and sending prayers because we all know how it is like that when it does happen. Hey, but let me speak. Let me speak for a minute. Hey, what's this? Hey, Manny. Let me go all the way up though. Let me start from the top. Let me get a little speaking going in on here. Now, the first one here this morning was Jewel Colby. Good morning. Good morning, so blessed. Let me take a sip. Y'all know my allergies drain every morning. Mm-mm-mm. Good morning, Shani, Trish. Let's see, keep going up. Duchess Disciples is here. What you say? Yeah, I chose. I chose you. I did. I chose. I chose both of y'all. I love both of y'all. But anyway, it was really fun, y'all. Y'all that don't go over there to the Gong Show Thursdays, go. It's relaxation. Let me see. Did I say something wrong? Let me get this up here. Wait a minute. Oh, it was Lady Tia. I'm sorry, y'all. I made a mistake. It was Lady Tia. Yes, it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember pictures in my mind now. So I made that wrong. Not Jessica, Lady Tia. So y'all send some prayers to her. Her stepdaughter passed. So, but that was really nice. Everybody to get their mind off the gun show for a minute, and which we was having fun. It was serious fun, but to get really serious, because usually when something like that happens, we won't. We want people, to understand what we're going through too. Because I remember last year when my niece passed, I appreciate everybody sent me condolences. I even got a song sung back then. So that was heart wrenching. That was really cool of him to do that. It really was. But we had a ball last night, y'all. We did. You was in the bushes, Shannon. You should have dropped down and said a little something, something. You ain't got to have a perfect voice. It's not about that. It's just about having some fun. So and that's what we need to do. And I keep hearing how fun it was back in the day, even before the StreamYard. Now, y'all know I've been having StreamYard for 3 months now. And I'm gonna jump on it every day, like I said, because we do have to pay for it. So what's the point of getting StreamYard and you don't use it? Now, when you first start off, they give you, I think, was it 24 hours a month or something like that, where you can come on every other day or hour a day or whatever. I used it 2 hours a day, but I think that's the way it was. Then when you get to the end of those hours, they start letting you know there's time to pay. But I took well advantage of the free part of it in the beginning. I really did. Thank you, Sammy Dizzo. Y'all see all my information right there. So I wrote Duchess and I told him, let me know. Well, he can't let me know, but I've been home. I kind of joking around with him. When you get ready to deposit, so I can hear the ding ding. But y'all know it's weird. The ding ding woke me up. I did hear the ding ding. I like that sound. Like Lady Ricky said, she really the sound. I love that sound. Ding 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 ding. Sounded like a bunch of change was coming together. It really woke me up. It did. It woke me up this morning. I said, wow. I said, what is that noise? It woke me up for real. But anyway, it was a fun night, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I do commentary all the time on the beefing and all the negativeness that's going on here. It's fun to do. It's something to do. I mean, we're called a beef sector, and that's why we on here, like I said. And because we can get off right now and go watch the news and then listen to all the depressing stuff, what's going on with our black men these days, the COVID, the president. Then I don't want to come on here and continue to watch it and talk about it. I want to escape for about an hour. So most of y'all know what I'm saying. So this is our escape. However, I do mention it sometime, just to be, just in case somebody's not keeping up with it, I might mention something that's going on right now and then. Like I had been keeping y'all up with that Tim Norman story, but I didn't check it out yesterday or the day, so I'm not going there today. Congratulations, Bashful B. Finally made it to 1,000. And when I watched him yesterday to say congratulations, he did a little video. That's somebody I would like to collaborate with like that because there's a lot of us on here that's spiritual, because Duchess is too. And then you can tell when somebody got Christ in them. And he came on, he was singing this song. He was saying, I feel like going on. I feel like going on. And I said, oh, he can sing too. I told him I want to collaborate with him because I also been watching a little bit of Religious Wink TV a little bit too. She have Bible study every morning, y'all. She been stagnant on 864 for a long time. But y'all, if y'all want to get away sometime, like y'all say, go watch her. You know, everybody already watching Best for B, and just do a little something, something in the morning. We have a little Bible study. Ain't gonna hurt if you was to, subscribe to it. I don't mean you got to be there all the time, but if you want to escape some time, and she talk about the mess too, but she just used biblical terms when she talk about it. So she's still trying to get there too. I want to see all of us make it, y'all. It's not all about just negativity all the time, y'all. However, we're gonna laugh, talk about it, laugh. Don't get me wrong. Because I was also like going around last night after the Gong show while I was watching the depressing Big Brother show. It's this lady I met through Strong Mama Chrissy. Well, not met her, but ran to her channel through her. And I think Chocolate Bake talked about it a little while too last night. Do y'all know that somebody actually sent the police to that lady's house about her children? So it's not just what we call the beef sector that people are doing that. That's over there. I guess I would call it a family sector, whatever, because there's a lot of ladies with kids, and most of them got large families, 7 or 8 kids or more, whatever the case may be. Dude, she actually showed the video, had a video running when the police knocked on the door. One of the kids opened the door, and she was kind of upset about why did y'all open the door? They just want to walk. They just walked in. Now that's low down and dirty, y'all. I mean, people just do the most, and I wish I was around and it still was a situation where it was fun, like y'all explaining, because I wasn't here back then in 2015 watching this when it was supposed to be fun. Now, however, I did kind of start watching off and on during that time when Duchess Kelly Love had this first channel, right close about the time when Jay Wilson came on, the messy sector to to start getting his views because he's over there doing Bible study or something, and people would, nobody wasn't into his Bible study. He had been out here a long, long time. That's what I said. And I'm not knocking him this time, I'm not dragging. I'm just saying it is true. Nobody want to see nothing positive. Nobody's going to hang around if you just talk about something positive. Okay? Like even right now, I'm not really saying what's really going on for us, the messy stuff right now. So I expect that though. Okay? So I wanted to come on this morning and discuss a little something like that and how fun it was. Now, also yesterday in my video, I saw it and I didn't see it when I looked at my chat. Meaning I paid attention, then I didn't. I didn't want to highlight I didn't pay attention. There was something going on in there that I didn't even know that was going on. I did not know that Kiki and Pizarro had a problem. I did not know that at all because Kiki came on right after I left and he was dragging Miss Pizarro. I mean, dragging her too. And I said, when did all this start? However, I did see something in my chat, but I thought she was joking or funning around. Evidently, she wasn't joking and funning around. And she took it serious. And I said, when did all this happen? And the thing is, when I went over there and then I couldn't drop down and talk to him, and I didn't really stay long because them two people I liked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, it's hard to watch somebody dragging somebody and you like both of the people. So I don't know if that would ever work it out, but I don't know if it went too far because of things that you were saying. It was very Bible study, never. No, nobody would these days, but I'm talking back in the day. I didn't listen to me either. I'm just saying, if you research, he had that before he came on here using T.S. Madison and everybody else, for clicks and views. That's what I'm saying. But it's hard to be somewhere when the people that's arguing is both people that you wrote, but you just can't say nothing either way it goes. Only thing I can say is, oh, I wish they would work that out. You know what I'm saying? And you just can't get into that. Now, I will get into somebody like the way I got into it when people was messing with Alfredo. I did butt into it a while back when this thing was going on with Diamond Dory. And a lot of people don't like her, whatever's going on with that. But I didn't go too far. But it didn't bother me to jump in it either because it was some people that didn't like us as well. But it was two people I rode with. Then I just said, I hope y'all can work it out and choose just not to watch it or stay there or whatever, or try to give them some kind of encouragement to work it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a few people in here work out a few things once before on here. Okay. And then this big brother, y'all. Oh my God. Now, I said year before last, and last year I was gonna leave them alone. Only time a black person won is when they had the celebrities on there, and it was Tamar Braxton. Now they probably told her and let her run. That was probably all scripted, all of it. But I hear some of this is scripted. I don't know. Listen to Boss Lady, Lucky Boss Lady. She said that one of the producers talked to Tyler and she think it's rigged. I don't know. But for this girl Christmas to put both of those black ladies up there, but y'all, it's something wrong. It's a black guy on there named David. Now he won a power where he can take himself off or somebody off that's getting ready to get evicted. I feel, and I know he wanted for himself, but he might get farther along where he don't need it for himself. I felt like he could take one of them down. I was hoping one of them win the power veto, and he take one of them down. And once that would have happened, then him and them two ladies could have stuck together like all the Caucasians stick together now. Now, now, I'm not personally making the prejudice thing because of that I like the show, but that's how the show looks. Nobody black ever get far. Nobody. It's like at one point Then all the Caucasians get together and see him. Then you got another minority over there, but that minority is not black. He's a gay guy. He have a husband and everything, and it's like they discriminating against him too. I felt like David and some two black ladies, and he can get together. And Ian is somebody that had autism all his life, but he functioned very well in the real world. I think he won last time. Well, they all need to get together and pull somebody in. That's just how I feel. That show make you mad. If anybody watched that show make you mad. And you're right, Tessie. Jay Wilson plays with God too much. He over there playing with God now. For him not to be in this sector, he's over there playing, talking about a few things and adding God into it. Okay, that is what he's doing. Okay. Ken is amazing. Yeah, Ken is a great father for me. Listening to him and watching him, he is. I think everybody that I really watch on here and I hear them in the background how they talk to their kids, whatever. I think they're good parents. You know, and if they're not, it's not for me to judge. I don't be trying to look and be nosy and see. It's just one person that I see put their daughter out like that and do the most in front of their daughter. And every time some come up, they discuss it in a sexual way. I haven't seen anybody else do nothing like that. Okay, I have not seen anything like that. Yeah. So basically that's all that's going on. Cause like I said, I don't really watch a Trop model over there. I don't know what's going on with that. But right now, while I was getting ready, Miss Pizarro was on, and I think I only caught maybe the last 15 minutes. I was getting dressed, and making my coffee, and I said, "Oh wow!" Soon I sat down and really tried to catch her before I come on. She went off abruptly like that, so maybe she had been on for a while, and she was saying something about the Truth Enterprise evidently with her again because she was marking the way she was talking again. It is hilarious, y'all. Y'all got to hear how Miss Pizarro sound when she talk about that lady, the Truth Enterprise. I like the way she be saying, bless walking with that crooked wig. I'm cheer, we right cheer. I like the way she do that, but I can't mimic her as well as Miss Pizarro mimic her. I can't do that. I just can't do it. But it's hilarious, y'all. So basically, I come on here. I like to have fun. I just like to come and have fun. I can't watch Mayweather over there, not unless I need to go see a clip, because y'all. Now sometimes, yeah, we will embellish, but say something. We would just get passionate with it, but just to blatantly lie, no, I don't be want to watch that. When I watch it, I want to hear the truth. That's why, I be asking on here, y'all, if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. If I'm wrong, y'all, maybe I didn't hear it right. I didn't watch this. Somebody told me. I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes, I will say something going strictly off clip notes. I said, sometimes I try to catch stuff. I'm assuming the same people were on last night. I'm not for sure. I didn't go watch, because like I said, Big Brother made me mad. And I laid down listening for my jingling ding ding ding, but it came through kind of early in the wee wee. And I said, what's that? My phone was by me and I woke up. Yes, indeed. It was fun. Y'all gotta go, because next week is gonna be gospel. Now I gotta find me a gospel song I want to sing. It's so many of them that I do love. Okay. Now I see you in it, Ken. We're going to discuss that fight, but I didn't know that was seriously going on. Last time I looked, we was all rolling together. I did not know that. How about Jessica Krug and George Washington pretending to be black? I didn't hear about that, baby. I didn't. Is it another one of those, what's that lady name that she became the head of the NAACP? Is it another situation like that going on that I don't know about? Okay, let me highlight that. Is that what that is? Y'all know who all I'm talking about. I did not know that one. See, when I watch news, it be mostly about what the major thing that's really going on. Lately, some local news too, because I try to keep up my local news. Yeah, no, not Dollar. We know about her. Is this another lady trying to act like Dollar, who became head of the NAACP? We got another situation like that, because I'm going to have to look into that, y'all, and talk about that. Yeah, we know about that lady, and I don't know why they didn't know. It's always something you can tell. when somebody is fully Caucasian. I mean, can't nobody, because you put their hair and curly, make it look like a natural, put makeup on. That don't, I don't know. That was just a weird situation to me back there. She was an instructor. No, girl, I'm gonna drop the link. You can talk about it though in a minute. I'll do my little 30-minute commentary, you know. But see, somebody say she resigned as instructor at George Washington University. No, I didn't hear anything about that, baby girl. Really didn't. Truth be told, look at here, Linda. Hilarious. She look at here. Look at here, Linda. Yeah, it's hilarious how she talks, but I don't even give her a click and view no more because how she flip flop everywhere. I don't even do that anymore. Jay Wilson's son is Get Your House in Order by Dottie's People. Jay Wilson's son is Get Your House in Order by Dottie's People. Okay, I don't know if I'm understanding that one. But no, I didn't hear that, y'all. Now, close to my 30-minute commentary. I'm going to be on here. I'll start dropping my link. But I really hated to see that yesterday, y'all. But y'all get y'all gospel song ready and going over there yonder. And y'all, like I said, I got my makeup, but I can't make time. I'm trying in the day, things are positive. It's always come up spontaneous for me. I really want to go over there to Evie Review. I've been saying it for what, a month now. Been having that makeup, but I just can't make time to go over there. But y'all can go over there and make some time, put some makeup on with her. You guys, that's what I keep saying. People be saying, I'm tired of the negativity. I want to do something. Well, I be telling y'all to really be in an Evie to go over there. You know, we also have positive stuff too, but we do. Nobody want to come and watch us. But then maybe they used to us giving commentary on all the bull crap that's going on over here. I get it. But I still talk about other stuff though, anyhow, anyway, and anyhow. Then not only that, you know, it's not just that either. People ain't coming because everybody don't get their notifications either. I know you don't, Kiki, but baby boy, you was going off yesterday, though. The fact that you was going off like that makes her think that's what you want to do. You know, I wish it was a resolution. And had I really was trying to give it a lot of attention yesterday, I probably would have said, y'all come here and talk about it. What's going on? But I didn't realize. I thought she was kind of playing, joking around with you. I really did. Until I came over there with you. You went off. You came on right when I went off. So I was still sitting around my computer. And then that's what I heard. That's what I heard. And I'm hoping that she's willing, like what you're saying, to not want to beef with you. And then y'all don't have to be friends, but y'all could be, y'all, if you want to be cordial, fine. Y'all grown. But I did see that though. I said, oh, wow. Because we don't need to be doing that. And I like you because you try to take up for the women here in this sector. And you know, I'll be watching Lipstick Alley. They still talk about the same old stuff over there too. Lately, I've kind of been peeking over there when I miss a lot of stuff on here. I can just go on over there to the Lipstick Alley, knowing they're gonna talk about somebody. I used to didn't understand how to do the thread, but that's what they do. So if you miss something, y'all, that's what you can do. Because I don't know nothing about this Timothy Blaine situation. I heard he had an interview with Wiley. He had an exclusive interview. Okay, okay, y'all. I might check a gander at it. I might not. Don't try me, Kiki. Now, there's something else going on, Tessie. See, that's what I'm saying. It be some stuff going on with people that I watch, and like the people that come here, I don't be knowing about. It's something else going on. Okay. Thank you, Lori. Y'all see all my info right there. Don't forget to like it. If y'all want to drop some support towards my channel, because it is growing, go right ahead. Because like I said, I know I've said it so many times, I'm going to stop saying it. I do got something up my sleeve that's going to be coming up very soon. I want your auntie and made 3 more people. I don't support too many people. I have anxiety and fighting all the time. Kicks mine up, so I stay around there. Chill. I understand seeing you one of those ones who want to come on and have some fun. Was you over there, Duchess, last night? What you do, I explained that, Ken. I get tired too. I'm human. And I was kind of saying that yesterday a little bit, yesterday morning on my live. And what really, and I was telling the story another lady, you know, about the chicken that, you know, the lady at this church, but we still human. And sometimes we're going to be in our flesh. I get it. I totally understand it. You know, every once in a while, y'all might hear me as somebody who I think, Oh, they don't talk like to say something because sometimes you don't get you come off the porch, but that don't mean you lost yourself. You haven't changed. You're still the same person. With every blue moon, people gonna surprise you. And that's why you can't put nobody on the pedestal. That's even with your church. You can't put your pastor on a pedestal because he's human. He gonna flirt with some of the women in that church. Some of them just straight up whores. You know what I'm saying? And that's what God loves. That's the truth. Yes, you was church, but church lady. Yeah, I do too. So it was fun. So I basically was, letting y'all know, the fun and why. And I appreciated that right now. I think I might go do a little something today. I don't know. Or I might just lay around and finish doing my little videos and stuff. Because my son stopped by yesterday evening. Yeah, he bought this great big old 50-inch TV for my husband, his dad. You know, they always doing stuff for him. Hi, good morning. Miss Pizarro, you went right off. Soon I sat down, getting ready to watch you. While I was getting ready, I was listening to you. And I think I may have caught the last 15 minutes because I heard you talking about the True Enterprise over there. And I got 104 people watching and 36 likes. Give it up, turn it loose. What's up with that, y'all? What is up with that? But before you came on, if you just came on, I didn't know that situation was going on. So I hate to hear that, but y'all grown, and I can't make people be cordial, but I wish I would. So I was telling him I had to kind of leave his live yesterday when I saw, okay, this is something serious going on. I didn't want to do it like that. So, because I like both of y'all, and I like you. Because usually when I call somebody up here for the T, it be you or some type of flow. Speaking of flow, I seen a video she did. Turns out people is threatening to go to where she is. See, that stuff is just ridiculous. How you just gonna jump on a plane and go somewhere somebody else just to fight somebody off of something that's still on YouTube? I mean, get good at being a YouTube thug. Get you used to being like Kwani. Be a billion. Be a billion on the YouTube thing. Because most of the people just be blowing hot air. They're not going nowhere. These people just talking. Good morning, Renee. They're not going to bust a grave. Okay? They're not going to stick a pin in the pimple. Come on now. What's up with that? But you was hilarious. I heard you talking about the True Enterprise. I don't know who you said she was over there talking about. Was it just you? Hey, Kiki. Good morning.
Good morning, Mama. Look at
Good morning.
StreamYard tripping. I can't even see my picture.
That's okay. I know that's you. I know your voice.
Yeah,
Although
I'm a troll
I
today.
took a chance to bring you on. I put my cover up. I didn't even check to see if I whited out yet, but that's okay.
You
Cause
had it up.
oh, okay.
Yeah, StreamYard just ain't show it, but it was up.
Oh, StreamYard is going crazy. YouTube is going crazy.
It's
Y'all,
horrible.
I have some videos when my niece was here, and everybody know when she did commentary on here, she strictly talked about celebrity talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
They kept that in yellow and said that I offended the margin of people. But now before that, I got some really ratchet ones that I let everybody come on and talk like they want to talk for real. Even that time when I had to go off on top of all that was monetized. But lately they backwards. And shout out to Lipstick Alley when Kwani was saying something about my family. They did say how I'm not gonna have no family. I had a whole niece on here with me doing some shows. That right there tell y'all I hang with my family. So
I don't
y'all
even
know that
watch
was a big
Lipstick
thing.
Alley.
I'm with my family, one of my family members every day. Somebody stopping by here. Like for example, I just told you my son stopped by last night about his daddy brand new TV to put in his man cave. Cause you know how men like to watch a great big TV because he do a lot of sporting. And before the sports started back up, where he loved the tennis too, he was watching. He'd be all into that politics. Now he be politicking me to death
Yeah,
up
my
in here.
baby Serena played yesterday,
Yeah, he's been watching that. You've been watching. She's in bother with these
and she
crazy.
won too.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I know when are you gonna start talking about it today? He's happy, but he was happy talking about it too. Yeah, she won. Flo's in college. She isn't bothered with these. No, she's not. She's just doing her thing, and she just come on here and have fun. Sometimes you're right about that, Tessie. That's why I
Flo
said
is smart.
yeah, they just come on and do the most. So I kind of heard that this morning. Then I looked, I saw the small clip, and I said, oh wow. But back to what I was saying, Kiki, I didn't know that that was going on. I didn't even stay at your whole life. You don't know I was there. I was kind of in the bushes. You came on right after me yesterday. And I didn't know that was going on. I hated to hear that, though.
The thing is, I don't like to beef with people on our side because that's giving them over there, some content to talk about. That's why I
Right.
really don't like to beef with nobody over here. But it's just when people say stuff like that, that makes you go off. You feel me?
Yeah. And the first thing, though, I noticed when men go off on women, the first thing they talk about is that the person got to be a B. They got to be this. And then it really don't be knowing each other to even know if this person is a B or a
Right.
whore or like that. That's the first thing that you men do. And I don't get that. Y'all just go very low. But I just hated to hear that. And anybody, and I know you express yourself the way you express yourself, but I definitely express myself the way I express myself. I'm just saying I really hated to hear that because I didn't know was going on. I thought that she was joking around yesterday in my chat. You know how some people say, "Oh, we
No, she
boyfriend, we
wasn't joking.
girlfriend."
Trust me.
I didn't know that though, and I hated to hear that. And I seen when you were serious because I like my Miss Pizarro.
But the thing is,
Usually I call her up here when something going on. Like that. I really do like
but
the
this
young
the
lady.
thing. People can be hypocrites. People can't say that they mad at Kwani for what she did to Jessica, but then you turn around and try to do somebody else the same thing. That's that hypocrite stuff. I don't like that. I don't want to beef with her at all.
But
Like I
see,
don't
but
want
she
to.
didn't put your family out there like that though. She didn't put pictures and
No,
stuff
she
up.
didn't. She didn't put my
Nah,
family out
yeah.
there. But you saying that you gonna contact my wife on live. Now you supposed to be a married woman, and you trying to contact somebody else that's married on live. Now everybody on here know I converse with everybody. I'm a man. If you calling me flirting with women by me saying, "Hey, how you doing?" and you beautiful and you sexy, yada yada yada, I'm a straight man in the gay sector. Of course, I'm going to compliment women. That's what men do. But I'm not disrespecting none of the women or my wife saying, "Well, hey, give me your number. Like, can we hook up or nothing?" Like nobody can say that I said that because they're lying. It never happened.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you this then. Was there something going on before that comment yesterday?
All right, this what happened. I I don't really like to bring her name up because we both of us said we wasn't gonna bring each other name up.
Uh,
Something happened between me and Bree. But me and
oh,
Bree, we say that we don't like each other, but we not gonna bring each other up. We not gonna talk
okay.
about each other. So I agree with that. I'm not gonna talk about her. She not gonna talk about me. But if I hear somebody who I don't like, or who if she don't like him and they bring her up, I'm gonna say something about it because I still don't like them over there. So I'm still gonna compliment on that. That's just the type of person I am. But we made a truce or whatever. We're not gonna bring each other up. But everybody else was ignoring me and Bree beef. But Pissarro came on her live and said that I was scared of whoever Trippy Red is. Now, everybody else was ignoring me and Bree. They just, they let us do our thing. They let us work whatever we had out. But she was the only one who put her 2 cents in it to say something like that. Now you can't say that a man scared of another man and don't think that that man not gonna come for you. That's not how this go. You don't say that. So that's how all of this kicked off because she said that I was scared of whoever Trippy Red is, which is I still don't know who this man is, and I really
Well, he's
don't care.
somebody that was on here very briefly. His name was Triple Red X. I never really got a chance to really watch him like that, but he had got popular on here very quick. I think he was on here a few months. I'm not for sure how the length of time, but I was never around or didn't have the time to go over there and watch you on. But okay, then, yeah, you're right. I don't want to go into detail, about that. I was just wondering, just that one statement, it had to be something behind, had to be a root of it. And I just said I hated to hear that happen like that. And you saying you don't want to be, I'm glad you're saying that. But my thing is, like I
I
just
don't.
said, usually when something go on, that'd be the first word out of men's mouth. And so I guess that'd be because is that supposed to be the lowest for a man to call a woman B?
Yeah, it
You
is.
know what I'm saying? And then if that's what I'm saying, was it that serious to have to go, that deep?
It
That's
was
all I'm
very
asking.
serious. if I feel like this, if me and her get into it and I get mad and angry over YouTube stuff, and I just go ahead and say, hey, well, look, you know what? I'm going to send screenshots to her husband to tell her husband that she on here flirting with other men, which is yes, she is
But
on
that's
here
not
flirting with
necessary.
other men.
But you know what? That's just having fun on YouTube. Ain't nobody gonna act
Exactly.
on that. That's why I was asking you. That's what I'm saying. Was it that deep? Ain't nobody gonna act on that like that. People just be on here just talking and having fun. That's the way
But
I
no,
see it.
but this what I'm saying, Miss Bless. I'm you married, I'm married, she married. If you saying that you gonna contact my wife on some crazy stuff, that's gonna make me click out on you because don't play with me on my marriage because
I
I'm not
get it.
playing with yours. You feel what I'm saying? You by
Okay.
you being a married woman, you should understand not to go comfort nobody else's marriage because that is crossing the line. That's
Let me
going too
say this.
far.
Let me say this real fast. Lori, Tessie is not. They go Tessie right here.
I
I
like
just
Tessa.
answered somebody. I was just saying something in my chat about somebody saying somebody was black. But okay, I just hated to hear that, and I don't want to rehash the whole situation.
Tessa,
I
that's my
saw
cousin.
Pizarro in here, and and maybe she want to speak on it now. But Pizarro, he's saying he really don't want to beef with you. Baby, chill, just go,
No,
be cordial with you. But those were some harsh words. Like I said, I left. I did because I said I really like. Well, she know I like her. That's my little girl. I like all these young ladies on here. I'm just saying, I want to see that. But I don't think. Do you really think that she's gonna contact your wife for real? I think Miss Pizarro just like to come on here and have fun, like she like the intel, how she put it. And
well,
she
the
don't
thing
put
is,
the intel out there. She just be having fun.
no,
Really,
no, no, no. See, that's the thing, Miss. That's the thing, Miss Bless. We don't know what she like to do because she's a troll. We don't know how this woman look. We don't know who this woman is. We don't know what I don't know what she do behind the scenes. So I can't really speak on that.
But see, Laurie is telling the truth. That his wife is not on YouTube, and he's not, and that goes both ways. You're right about that, Laurie. People do the most. They want to just put your family on here. Like my husband definitely don't want to get her at all, and he's a older gentleman, and he ain't got time for YouTube. I just told you what he like to do. He like to sit in his man cave and watch his sports. Well, that he in the politics. He do that kind of stuff. So that's why I wasn't
Not,
tripping when a few people said something about call my family, call my husband, as if my family don't know I'm on YouTube. Like
yeah,
last
like when
night
Sir
I was on
King said
YouTube.
that.
Last night I was on YouTube when my son got in with my husband,
Excuse me.
his daddy, TV. So I got up, I said, hold on, man, went and told her, okay, I'm gonna be on here 15, 20 minutes, see what you talk about. I say any and everything, man, I'm being messy, like that. I talk about my family all the time. There's not a secret that they don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm right
Right.
in the house. They hear me talking. You know what I'm saying? And they just not into it. So if somebody ignorant like that lady the other day say little stuff, people know that's been watching for a while that that's not true. You know what I'm saying? I even had a whole niece in here doing YouTube with me. Now that niece is a great niece, and so her mom know too, which is my niece. So it ain't no secret, you know what I'm saying? My family, I've been saying we're a big family and we do stuff together. So that's why I had to know that. So when everybody come on and say something about me, my point is it's not true. And everybody knows it's not true. People are grasping. You know what I'm saying? They're blowing hot air. They're not going to really do what they say they're going to do because they allowed to get cussed out by some of the family members that will cuss like that. That's not in the church like that. Every day you're not going to come get.
Oh, I know for
And my
sure.
husband would definitely tell her, listen, I show him a picture of it, and he would definitely say, but if he was that type of man, but he's not that type of man that even worry about even doing stuff like that. My point is, I think she just be having fun like I be on here having fun. I'm definitely not gonna get on no airplane and fly 4, 5, 6, and 7 states over to do nothing. So I'm not gonna even lie and say, well, I'm coming over there. I
Hmm.
will say, come over here. I'm at home, something like that, because I dare somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be surprised. You know what I'm saying? And I would tell my sons, my nephews, my big family, all the men folks back, all old granny, auntie, because mother, because I got a lot of titles to handle that myself. I got something for you. So ain't
They're not
nobody
gonna
doing
listen.
anything else. Okay?
They're not gonna
Go
listen
ahead.
because if somebody coming for my grandma or my aunt, I'm gonna make you think I'm about to back off, but I'm not gonna let nobody play with you. That's dead.
I know. I got a son. My oldest son think he my father.
That's how
Especially
we
when
is.
the corona came around, and my husband's brother, when the corona been around past, pops, no, pops can't go. I said, that's his brother. He gonna want to go. No, he can't go, and don't you go. And he literally still call me, what y'all doing? He said, I'm going out there today. Oh, he think me my father. He will argue with me, so it's like, but he be right though. He's right. He just care about me,
It's
you
just
know.
it's love. It's just how much
Yeah.
love he
Because he
have for you,
said
and he
right
not
there
about
in
to
front of my
continue
husband,
crazy.
he said, come here, mom. I said, what? And I'm going to tell you right now in front of Pops, this TV is not for the house. This is Pops TV. I said, I don't care about that. I got one in my room, one in the den. It was a big old 50-inch TV. Talking about, we men like need a big TV when we watching the game. I said,
That's a
okay, you're
fact.
right.
That's it. We can't watch the game on a little bit of TV. That ain't gonna look right.
Hey,
But anyway,
Prince. Hey,
good
Kiki.
morning, Flo.
What's up,
Good
Flo?
morning. Good morning, y'all.
Flo, you the talk of the streets, man.
Yes, that's
What's
what I'm
going
saying.
on?
People trying to catch fly airplanes to come see you, huh, girl.
Cause they out here. Hold up. They out here. They out here looking for clout. They looking for clout. They looking for my imaginary clout.
Just be ready for him to flag you again now. You know how he is.
Oh, I'm already. They can't flag me no more. I'm already in the lockup till October.
And you know what, Kiki, you said something about when people come on here and fight, they don't know how to just fight and have a fight and leave it alone. Maybe do it a second time, leave it alone. They want to go on and on and on and on.
Yep.
And I got that kind of time. And nobody want to mess up their energy or their spirit like that.
I
I
can't.
hate that. I can't be for 7 days and then because we saying the same thing to each other, back and forth, back and
Over
forth.
and over. That's why at one point you got to take a day or 2 hours because ain't the same thing going on, the same people going on. That's why I welcomed that Gong show yesterday. I will be there next Thursday
Oh,
with
I
one of
saw you
my
answering them,
gospel
getting them questions right.
singers.
Oh,
Huh?
goodness.
I said I saw you getting everything right, all the
Oh, you were
songs.
there? Only thing kept popping in my mind was old school songs, like that, which I know rap from the 90s and stuff from the day, but it just kept it, especially BB King when he said blues. And I was saying down home blues, and I'm home all night long.
That's that
I kind of
Louisiana
messed
stuff
up at
right there.
the end because it also said down home blues. Play another record or two. You like that? But I skipped that verse. It said down home blues all night long at home or something like that. But anyway, it was fun, y'all. I didn't know you there. Y'all talk for a minute. I got to refresh my coffee.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Kiki. Hey, everybody.
You all right, Flo? Because you
I
they
I'm okay. Listen, let me tell you something. Here's something these people don't know about me. They don't know that I don't watch anything that has my name in it.
I know I don't.
I have a special friend who we and them text. And so, if somebody says my name or anything, they tell me like I don't watch negativity about me and I'm not
Right.
going to watch negativity about me. I used to, but it didn't make me mad then and it still don't make me mad now and it will never make me mad. I don't think anybody could really like truly, really make me upset as a human or individual because I know who
She's
I am
back. Go ahead, y'all.
and
I'm
it
back.
it be sad to watch people like really go to extremes to make other people upset,
Hmm.
not
Say
knowing
that.
that the whole time I'm looking at my phone. I be laughing when I be typing this stuff. I be laughing when I be making my videos. I be laughing. I have to like re-record myself like 5, 6, 7 times because I be laughing. You got Tracy D over there. She upset because something her husband posted.
Oh, she big mad.
But my thing is she lied and said that I never had him on Facebook, but you could clearly see I have the guy on Facebook. She don't know my Facebook. Nobody knows my Facebook. So how you gonna
Hello.
tell me I don't have him on Facebook? And then she sicked her daughter on me. And this when I tell you, I went to work at Alabama time, Central time. I went to work at 11 p.m. last
Professional.
night. I got off at 6 in the morning, and this girl was still going all the way till I got home.
Who the daughter?
Constantly, Yeah, like nonstop on the hour, every 30 minutes, like telling me she's going to kill me, she's going to beat me up, she's flying out to A&T. I'm like,
Your
sweetheart,
mama don't even
A&T.
have money. How you gonna fly out? Where you gonna get the money from? Your
Oh,
mama
Exactly.
broke.
so Demi did it is in it too, huh? I just walked back again. So Demi
Yeah,
did it. Demi did it is threatening you too.
yeah, Demi did it is threatening to fly to a whole college to fight me. I'm like, lady, I don't go to that school.
She know
Once
they
y'all,
racist in Alabama, right?
But listen, so evidently everything is true then, right? And they didn't want it to get out, right? Because
yeah, that's why they're so mad right now, and there's like a little rift going between Tracy D and Five Babe. So
Oh Lord.
allegedly, they have been blocked out of the chat. Allegedly, that's allegedly. I'm
wow.
sure, but a source told me that they've been blocked out the chat. So my thing is, you ain't had to say nothing. If it don't apply, let it fly. But because it applied to them, and I actually had the screenshot, they really are trying my patience, and I'm just like, if you're gonna pull up, please. Like, don't be all like, oh, you catching flights to a HBCU. That's a whole black college. I don't even attend that school no more due to them calling my financial aid office multiple times. I go to a whole nother HBCU that I will not disclose.
Well, that right there was so wrong too. You see how the dirt they be doing, but they talking about everybody else. Why call this young lady's college? You know, and you just on it fun. And do you see yourself making? See, you're not trying to make YouTube, career. You're just having fun while you're in school. I get it. You can. And are you a senior? How much more time you got to go?
I This my last year. I'm a senior and I graduate.
And you're gonna be busy with your career. And
I already have my career. Honestly, I'm in operations for a plant, so I'm already there. I just want to secure that degree so that way, if I want to open up a business in farming, I know the skill set and what I have to do. Right now, I'm taking insects classes and waste management classes and stuff like that. So I'm preparing for my own business. I don't know what these people be talking about. they they be making stuff up, calling me a prostitute and all kinds, saying I'm homeless, and I'm just like, okay. But at the end of the day, you got Rico over there who be washing dishes. He's a sad person. He lives a sad life. So you got him trying to get clout off of me, and then you got dummy don't do it over there talk about she's gonna come to Alabama, no, A&T to fight. She said she's gonna catch a flight to A&T, and I'm like,
I wonder, do these people really have that much time on their hand doing a corona? Don't Demi did it? Don't she have a shop? Does she have a hair shop, or she just do
no,
it?
she does not have a shop. She is a closeted hairdresser that lives
Oh,
at home with her mom, and I'm just like, why are you harassing me, lady? Like, and then she's saying I'm obsessed with her, I want to be her.
wow.
I'm just
And then,
like,
and the thing is, and as far as me, I done did my life, my career, and everything. So, what could you possibly do about this doxing? Because I have been doxed. What can you possibly do? I've done what I had to do. I raised my children. They raised very well. I raised them in a home. I've had a couple homes. I'm comfortable now. Me and my husband, we're comfortable right now in
that's
our
what
two
I
bedroom, two
said.
bath den. Two bedroom, two bath den. We're and we're comfortable. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
you know they trying to
So how
block.
can
They
people
gonna.
get?
The only thing they can dox is your whereabouts and where you go and do your errands
And
at.
I already said Sacramento, and I spelled my name Sharon. Now what? Come on.
Oh, you in Sacramento? Okay, now I
Yes,
can pull up.
I never made that an issue a point. I never. Originally born and raised in the Bay Area, but I lived in Las Vegas for years. I said all that. Now it's nothing you can do to get me fired
Oh
or
yeah, they're
anything.
trying to.
None
She said
of it.
she's gonna get me fired too. You,
No, I'm just saying for them to dox me, what's the point? You can't get me fired. I went through all of that.
I'm
Okay.
just. I'm just confused how, like, cause I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna dox. Well, they originally said I worked at the barbecue pit. That's the original job that they said I worked at. First, I was the hoe. Then I was the barbecue pit shift leader. Now, she's
But
saying
what,
she's
wait a minute, but won't nothing be wrong with that either, because my father had a whole barbecue restaurant. And then from there, he had two food
Have you
trucks.
ever heard of
Back then,
the
they wasn't as popular as they are now, and you mostly see Mexicans with them. But that's the thing going now, like what they call it, a restaurant on the wheels. You know, when he had to really retire and slow up, he got his food trucks. They were very, they wasn't as popular like they are these days, but it worked. So I wouldn't mind working in the barbecue place. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I mean, but I never worked at the barbecue pit. They've been doxing a whole nother person. And I'm just like, you guys can't get like my name. I have multiple names and aliases that I go by because of the internet. I've been on the internet since I was like 13. That's why when I see
Wow.
these young kids on here, it's nothing new because I had a MySpace at 13. Although I did get in trouble for it. I had a whole MySpace. I had everything down to Twitter. When Instagram came out, I was the first person to have an Instagram. Well, one of the first people to have an Instagram. My Instagram account is like years old. I already know how people are on the internet. Even before I came to figure out these people in these sector, like people have been getting doxxed and swatted for so long. Okay. And my thing is a lot of these people they want to play like they're Down syndrome and they don't know what doxing is, but they know enough not to call a SWAT on somebody. See, no one in this sector has been swatted yet. And I know that these people are not that retarded because if they were really retarded, they would be out here swatting people and that will get you in jail like right away. See, the doxing don't get you in jail right away. Swatting someone's house gets you in
Okay,
jail.
so now, all right, now I'm kind of lost. Maybe I'm not up with this. I'm up with all of this slang words and things you young ladies say these days. What is swatting? I know what the dosking is. What's the swatting?
Okay, so you see Sir King, he's a gamer. those
Right.
those are the people that hide behind avatars and stuff and they go in people's chats and troll. Well, you have the gaming sector, they get swatted a lot. It's when you call in and say, this person has a bomb and they're threatening to blow up,
Oh,
blah, blah, blah. So then you get a whole SWAT team come bust down your door and everything, possibly kill you. And if that person is killed, the person that called will be doing time for murder. And that's why I said these people in the sector, they haven't even elevated to that yet. And that's why
wow.
they keep doing this behavior that circulation keeps going and around and around and around because they don't want to go to that level yet. And that's why I said they need to stop. Well, Five Babe tried to swat Tracy. She told everybody to call the FBI on her.
Oh,
And
wow.
only thing is the FBI is not fast like calling in for a bomb. Okay.
Oh, okay. So now we learned something new for those of you in my generation didn't know what the swatting mean. I just seen W said thank you, bless you, was lost too. Oh, okay. So that's what the swatting situation is. Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what she did. She called, told everybody call FBI on Tracy. Only thing is the FBI take a minute to show up to your door. You don't call the FBI the next day. Like I think I on my stalker, my real life stalker, I called the FBI and their response time was 2 months. Swatting is like instantly.
Oh, and that's if you got a bomb threat or something like that, they're there right away, right?
Yeah, but that's when you call the police department,
Okay.
and you don't call like they're calling the FBI because they know that that takes time, and I don't really think the FBI takes these kind of, because when I had a conversation with the FBI, they showed up to my door literally last month, and the conversation what I showed them what was going on, they were like, that's not a FBI situation, it's more of a civil situation, so it would have to go to the police department. So a lot of this stuff that people are reporting to the FBI, they're not going to take that serious. They're going to tell you to take it to the police department.
But don't these people know that when you call the FBI to, report on somebody, that they start investigating that person that called also? You know what I'm saying? Don't they know that by now?
What, the FBI?
Yeah, you call the
Well,
FBI.
that's if you're using a burner number. You can use a burner number with them, a fake name. They don't ask for your ID or anything to make an FBI report. So you can say your name is anything.
But what is the person called that constantly call the police and they get put on that list?
Huh? What did you say?
Like if you're somebody that constantly call the police
Oh,
and repetitiously, at one point, don't they flag your name and put
uh,
you down as the name they used to
it
have? I can't
depends. It
I
depends
can't
if
think
you
of the
calling
name.
from your number or a fake number, because you can call from a text now number. You can call.
But it's a list they put. It's a list they put you on when you constantly call the police
Oh, a
unwarranted.
list. Oh, I don't think they put you on a list for that, because there's a lot of people that call the police frequently. I think the most times they will really catch you is if it's a kid that's calling repetitiously, but they cannot ignore all 911
You know
calls.
what? But when I come back on here later on, I'm gonna have the name for you because I knew it was somebody that constantly calls the police and reports stuff, and it was a name that they called and they put them on this list of somebody that actually report things all the time, over and over again, unwarranted. There was no reason to be calling. And I'm gonna keep that in my mind. I can't think of the name of it, but it's somebody that called habitually all the time, and it's not, a reason to be called. See, because they got other things to do out there anyway. And like I say, and if these people are really calling to the police like the way that they are, they just making it bad for when something really goes on. People really do need some help for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. They need to be out there fighting crime for real instead of all these fake calls from the YouTube.
Dovey said, yes, they do put you on a list. It depends what people need to understand is that it all depends on the state and the police department and jurisdiction, because a lot of police departments are privately owned. They're not All police departments are not linked together. You have, like, in Aliceville, that's a whole private police department in itself. You get caught or stopped, they make the rules. Okay, so it just depends on the jurisdiction, but some people on here in this beef sector, they really haven't gone too far, because that extreme is swatting, and they know that if they swat, they will be jailed instantly, because the SWAT team comes right then at that call.
Wow.
And that's why I said it needed to stop, because the way they're going about it is if they want to swat people like Tracy, they want to swat her. But if they do, they will really do a lot of jail time because of what they've done on YouTube. They will not get away with swatting Tracy at all. So I think they are choosing their battles very carefully.
Okay, because I was wondering, can somebody be arrested for constantly calling the police with false, under false pretenses? That's what I
Yeah,
was wondering. And listen, I'm going to think of it later on. I'm going to remember it when I come back in real life. I'm going to tell y'all because I used to know it. Because I know somebody used to do that,
yeah.
and falsely call the police. So I forgot what it was. But thanks for explaining swatting because I didn't understand what that was.
I
What
think
swatting was.
I've been swatted before, actually. I have been swatted before, because a lot of people don't know that I've been on YouTube before, and I've been on the Facebook sector. But I haven't really been on Facebook anymore since they've banned me from Facebook. But somehow I ended up getting around the ban that they put on me, and I have two Facebook accounts. I won't say the names because they're gonna go try to report it. But
But you know what? In
I've been
California,
swatted, but I was like 13, and actually I was in it was in a SWAT. directly to me, but it was a SWAT for the people that were underneath me. And I was like 13 years old, laying in the bed, and all I know is they busted down the doors and everything, and they were searching for somebody, and I almost wet myself.
But I know if in California, especially if you call 911 all the time with the intent to annoy or harass people, you can get a fine. It might lead to fines to like up to $1,000 or 6 months in jail or both.
Hmm.
So it's a name for that, and I'm gonna have to look that up. And for non-emergency reasons, it can lead to fines up to $200 per call. I don't know how it is in other states where these people are that's doing all this calling, but I know in California there is a punishment there. Just to constantly call, and then I don't know what it is, the FBI. That's just ridiculous calling the FBI. I've never seen nothing like this before in my life. It's just ridiculous. Let me read some of the chat now, y'all. I've been not paying attention. Behind trees, let's see. I'm just okay. W says Jada can. Yes, they can. The police have better things. Yeah, they do. I mean, come on now. They don't get to the point where this certain person calling all the time, and then the police don't want to show up. It's a prank call. Or one time they might just call and get arrested. They just don't know what they're doing. And do you remember that time when you was around when Trump Mom had everybody calling the FBI? Turned out everybody called but him, but he had them calling. He had them calling, and they actually really called. Did you drop off?
Okay, so what I
Oh,
just
man.
read, what I just read, it says it depends on the situation. So if you call and make a fake, you're making a lot of fake phone calls to the police department, you are subjected to $1,000 fine and a year in jail. Now if the person
Right.
ends in bodily harm because of that, then that's 3 years and up, and a $10,000 fine.
So that's the state where you are, huh? Because I just read to you what just told you, read to you what California is up to $1,000 fine.
Yes,
Or both,
and the
or
vi-
6 years.
and the victim and the victim, they can sue you and they can sue the police department,
Wow.
and
Well,
that's a big lawsuit. That is a big lawsuit. That's not no little chump change. So when I tell you, they will take every check you ever get. They will. That's with the government. Okay. That's not no I didn't pay my rent landlord judgment. That's a government judgment. Anything you get, taxes, checks, even if you broke, they gonna get you.
okay. Well, I'm gonna switch it up here a little bit. But Pizarro, if you still on here, baby, I think the stimulus check will be coming soon. Well, I don't know if it's. I guess it's statewide. Stimulus check money, you and your family might get $1,200 or more with a second payment. Wow,
Wait,
and
that's what we got the last time.
I know they say you got 1,200 more or more is
Oh,
what they're
or
saying.
more. Okay.
Hopefully, it's more. It said that the Senate returned to Washington this week, and Republicans are voting on a skinny coronavirus, coronavirus relief bill Thursday that would address a narrow set of economic issues. While not expected to become law, the rule can give congressional and White House leaders an opening to restart talks on a bill that includes a second stimulus check. Part of discussion, if and when that happens, will be eligibility rules. It's going to be some more rules with it this time, which will determine whether you or your family receive more or less. And this the first time they didn't have no rules in place. Everybody just getting a check, no matter what. And they're saying it might be towards the end of this year. I'm assuming it might be around December, which people need their money for December, especially people with children. Well, we all need our money, don't get me wrong. But Christmas will be up. So it may just happen, Miss Pizarro.
I
I was
think they'll
reading
do it
last
before
night, huh?
Black Friday. I think they'll
What?
do it before Black Friday
You
because
think
they need
so?
people to spend money.
Yes, but I wish they would do the more part, because $1,200 is barely getting people out not from paying their rent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they pay the rent, then they ain't got nothing left to do anything else, and that's why I say it's such a shame here in California, all over California, especially in Sacramento, people are getting evicted because a lot of places, the law that they had in place since April that people couldn't be evicted was over September the 2nd, but they got extended to September the 30th. And now they're trying to work on doing another law. I don't think none of those people should be evicted because people credit is going bad by no fault of their own. Nothing they can do about it. I even on some of my bills now lately been have to rob Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm
Every
saying? And it's like,
everybody's asking for
yeah, I
attention.
might have to let a couple of my little credit cards go, and Lord knows I want to keep that.
Yeah.
I might want to go get me a new computer, something
It's
like
a
that.
new
I want to keep
computer.
Home Depot. I want to keep Target. I want to keep them all. But it's big because y'all, everybody, I had semi-retired, so I was still running my business. I always talked about the daycare business that I turned that over to my niece. She went and took the necessary classes, got a license, all like that. So I was kind of helping out in the end. I miss that little change. I really
I,
do.
I
I,
don't
I,
think I don't think a stimulus, personally, my opinion, I don't think the stimulus check really helps the American people. When everybody got the stimulus check and they were back to square one, why not just freeze everybody's rental mortgages and stuff? Why not freeze and try to give forgiveness towards people's credit? Like I would want them to go for that more than just $1,200, because that really does not help. It evaporates after you pay the bills, and you still got to pay the bills for the next month.
But you know what, Flo, they can't do that because you got people that own like the duplexes or whatever apartment building where they need their money too to keep paying on their property themselves. You know what I'm saying? They also have a mortgage on their property. So I get it. So what they supposed to do? Lose their property? Because it's people that got a duplex, they live in one and then they rent one. Fourplex, they rent three and they live in one. Or they got a house and they rent out their whole fourplex. Or they own some apartments, period. They still got to meet their bills every month. So I get it. So what are they
Hmm.
supposed to do? These people want their money too. So I really do get it, but I don't think they should put them out. But they want something. It's just messed up all the way around. Yep, landlords have to live too. Exactly.
But here's the thing: the landlords have to live, but they've received a lot of grants. A lot of landlords have received a lot of grants and still evicted families. I probably know one person that I think they said that their landlord split the money with the person actually that they received from the government. It's not fair. A lot of people been stealing a lot of the government funding and a lot of the stimulus checks. And I'm that's why I'm saying, like, this funding needs to stop. They just need to put a freeze on everybody's bills and credit cards, like, cuz it's pointless to put foot out all this money just for people to get evicted still.
Well, you see what Right to Be Told is saying. She said, I own property that I rent out. I need my She need her money. Freda said the same thing. So I don't know. It's just everything is just between a rock and a hard place. Good morning, Lady Detroit. Everything is just, and even though they
Alfreda,
gave
did you apply for a grant?
who, me?
No, I was asking if Alfreda applied for a grant.
Did you, operator? Are right to be told? It's like I say, it's people that still got to pay. So I get they do need their money, but what could they do? And I would feel bad if I was renting out property. I had to put a whole family out. Cause then the next family you get in there at the same situation. But some people are blessed to still have their job on the front line where we need people at. We need people to
That's
store.
so
We got to buy
true.
food. People still going to the hospital. The restaurants, a lot of them out here got tents on the side, but but it's not to their full capacity of what they would be doing if they actually had the restaurant open. I get
Hmm.
all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, y'all. I'm not gonna sit there and pretend everything is peaches and cream. No, I'm doing like everybody else. But you got some people that's fortunate enough to still have all of their income coming in. That's still going to work, and those are people in the front lines that's doing what we need to be done. You know what I'm saying? Baby
Yeah.
Paul said she don't get a grant. You didn't get a grant?
No,
No.
nobody's applying for grants. I want to know if y'all are
No. You should have
applying for
got
the
one if you
grant.
a landowner. If you rent out places, like Detroit is saying those grants are not for everybody. They should
Okay.
be, because of, Greg to be told just was real about it. She said, I rent out a property. I need my money. And Frida said they need. Yes, they need their money. That's their extra income. So I don't know, y'all. So
And it is against the law to evict if you are receiving the grants as well.
wow.
They're not allowed to evict if you're receiving federal grants for the CARES Act and Corona. You basically cannot evict anyone.
She said
And
everybody don't qualify for
yeah,
grant.
anyone who has received a grant from the government during the Rona, they cannot evict at all. So yeah,
Well, you know,
a lot of those 7,000s have been illegally evicted.
wait a minute. She said Nevada was giving renters $3,000 grants who are behind on their rent. Well, they need to do that in California because I've seen a lot of people getting put out. And see where I live at, it's the only thing they doing is they have some brochures where people can go get where to go get their rent paid. I
Hmm.
thank God that I'm able we are to pay our rent. We just don't have all that extra because like I said, I wasn't all the way retired. So, I have to pay the bare minimum. That's why thank you, Duchess Kelly Love. I needed that change. Okay. But anyway,
Oh
so what
yeah,
only thing they were
I
doing
have
here,
rooms.
only thing they were doing here, as if somebody was late, they're not charging them that late charge no more. That's all that is. And at the very end, those people are gonna have to pay. Say if they rent 1,200, that means they got to pay 1,300 a month until they catch up when all is over with. They're not letting them get away with the money now. They just
Mm-mm.
give them a little tiny break, which I
Man,
think they should squash all that back pay. I really think that, but they're not. So
truly.
anyway, but they're not. But there's always a catch as to qualify. I don't see, but you know what? You're right, Laurie. But I don't understand why. I even think that people would just, that even the small apartment owners should get a grant. But Nevada does 3,000. Wow. Well, that's pretty cool because
Mm.
that's like 3 months. Nevada's not that expensive. So if they paying somebody paying 1,000 on their house, they got 3 months. But then what about the other bills? What about your power? Now you don't have to have cable. Some things you just don't have to have. That's considered a luxury. But nowadays the phone is not a luxury, it's mandated. I remember when I was growing up, everybody in my area didn't have phones. People would knock on that door. Can we use your phone? Or a kid to keep a quarter on them to go stop at the phone booth and so forth. And now, then later on in the years, especially I think in the 80s, might have been before all household has a phone. But when it first started off, it was a luxury. Now it's mandatory, just like a white microwave was a luxury. Now it's weird not to have a microwave in your home, where some things were luxuries. I don't know, but and then evidently, it's a luxury for the way government giving out these people these what they call Obama phones. So it's mandatory now. I mean, you got to have a phone now. You must have a phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop my link one more time, y'all too. Cause we getting out here in a minute. Oh Lord, Flo, we've been on
I
here a
thought they
minute.
destroyed. I
Huh?
thought they destroyed the Obama phone.
Oh no, they still giving phones out. Whenever I pass
Really?
by, especially by the 99 cent store, mostly in front of stores, food court and grocery stores, it'd be people out there with tents giving out phones. And then when I went to go feed the homeless, because that was my ministry, was to feed the homeless, physical food, if they want prayer, that food, feed them like that too with a prayer. They would have, some people would have a tent set up down there every few blocks on Skid Row, whatever you want to call it, so to speak. And those people have phones too. Everybody, as long as they had a piece of ID on there with their picture, they can get a phone. So no, they still giving out them Obama phones, which was a good thing because some of the people down there were really looking for jobs and they needed that phone.
Uh, they still have those garbage phones with the Obama phones.
Yeah, they got some phones now. I think what are they, G3, G4, whatever you call it. They got some pretty decent looking
They're
phones. Now,
smartphones.
when they first started, they used to have no flip phones. But
Oh
now
yeah,
they
I
got
remember
some
the flip
decent looking
phone.
phones, y'all, that do everything on it on like we do on our phone, but only we got more space. We can do more.
Hmm.
They don't have that many gigabytes. But
And
at
the
least they got.
government watches the Obama phone as well. So
Oh,
it's
really?
little to no privacy. Yes, and they receive everything down to your texts and phone calls.
You know what, though, Alfreda, back then, though, ATL and the corona wasn't going on. She just wanted to sue him because he destroyed her home. He even stole the washer and dryer out of there when he moved. He was so heavily on the drugs, allegedly, and he destroyed the home. He let his dog poop all over. It cost her a lot of money to get it back together. I would have wanted my money too. And they started off as friends. She was doing him a favor because I remember they did a whole news thing in front of Cherie with your house when she was building it because you know it took her years to build it. And so
Mhm.
ATL and Funky Geneva used to come on there and drag all the time about it, and they were friends. But he just messed up the house. I guess the drugs took the better of him. I think if they turned back there at the time, he probably wouldn't have did her like that, you know? So that's what happened back there. Well, brother line. And you have AT&T, you got Sprint. Well, Metro has emerged with Sprint from what I hear. But back then you had all those
No,
different
it's
companies that
T-Mobile.
had their own
T-Mobile.
phone. Huh?
T-Mobile and Sprint has merged
T-Mobile and Sprint.
together.
Those are two that merged. Well, back then, T-Mobile, Sprint, Metro, Verizon, all well, each company has their own phone being given out at different booths. So depending on what booth you stop at, which phone you're gonna get. They're not all, you know, saying. I think the best ones came from AT&T. Then they had some Virgin, what you call it? Those
I'm,
Virgin phones. What
I'm
you call it?
sorry, but T-Mobile had the best phones because
You think?
they first came out with the Sidekick, then they had the BlackBerry, and then they were the last ones to drop the iPhone, but AT&T had the iPhones first.
Yeah, I always thought AT&T was the best, but you said T-Mobile, so T-Mobile is the best now. So really, there's
No,
nothing
yeah,
wrong with those
T-Mobile's
phones
the
for
best.
people right now that can't keep up their phone bill. There's nothing wrong with getting that phone. They can do everything on it that they do when we go buy these expensive phones. Now, I believe if I couldn't afford this phone, I'm locked in the contract. It's $41 a month payment. When you go get the old $1,500 phone for you can get on a payment plan. They'll offer you two for one. I believe if I couldn't afford my phone, I probably wouldn't have got me a bar on my phone and put somebody internet number in it. Because I have done that for somebody here, put my internet number in their Obama phone. That's like I know some something
Not the
about it.
Obama phones.
Huh?
I hope no one's using an Obama's phone in this sector.
And they probably have some people using it. I don't see nothing wrong with it though, Flo. Maybe that's all they can afford to get. I
I
don't see
know,
nothing
but
wrong
the
with it.
way people carry on, I will really hope they're not using the Obama phone because those are watched phones.
Yeah, but you know they are. That's what I'm saying. You know, but they get on here and do the most. You know, they lie about this, lie about the house. You don't got to come on here and lie about how you live and where you live. You say I'm ashamed to say I downsized to two bedroom, two bath. But then my children are grown, overgrown, been grown. Now my
But some
son's
people
have
don't
house.
like a lot of space. Some people like
I don't need it.
intimate space.
I don't need a big power bill no more like that. I don't need all that like that. I'm comfortable. And I'm saying, because Juicy Booty always talking about, I'm in the house now, but look how long you had to wait to go move in this house. You're going to be 90 years old, still
Yeah.
paying for it? Or, maybe he's just trying to stand in long enough to get the equity. I don't know, because you never get through paying for them. It's a 30-year contract, okay? You never get through paying for them. You might as well say you're paying your rent every month. And nowadays, they offer a lot of stuff for renters. You got rent insurance
But
nowadays.
wouldn't
And
you? What would you ever downsize to a tiny home?
I like those. Anybody ever watched their reality show with them little tiny homes?
Oh, I
Oh
have.
yes, I would love one of those. Are cute, and you can fix your little yard up around it. You can have
Oh
one of those
yeah.
patios going around. Of course, I would.
The luxury tiny homes are the best ones because it has the best type of toilet, it has the best shower system and everything. And like if you get the wrong tiny home, it will feel like you're in an RV. But the luxury ones, they probably run from like 25,000 to
Yeah.
75,000.
Well, I love them, and I heard Miss Gina talk said that when her kids get grown, she want one. I wouldn't mind having one. Now, if they made one for two, I think it'd be enough room for two in there because it would be me and my
The
husband.
the
But if
tiny homes fit an average 5 people.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I would love one of those. I'm gonna tell y'all something else I thought about, and they only do it in this house. And I see a lot of beautiful trailer court homes out here. And and
Oh
it's
yeah.
like a whole different community when you drive in there. And if
Oh, y'all
nobody
have the
wouldn't
communities?
yeah, you know how they have trailer home communities? Just like
Yeah.
you got community with nice homes in there. Where they got, I've seen several of those. I'll be passing by and I said, oh, that's a good place to retire to, too. Yeah, it's in the
That
South. It's popular now. Yeah, and you wouldn't even know that they were trailer homes, double wide or whatever. The only reason why
mhm.
you know because the name of it on the front and it'll say something like trailer homes or something like. I think it's beautiful. I wouldn't mind having one of those or one of those tiny homes. Okay, I would
Yeah,
love one.
and you can take it anywhere from state to state if you want.
No, I
I
don't think you can just put up that easy though on a double wide trailer. When people make yards to it, but a tiny home, I think you can. Because wouldn't you have to do a lot to pull a home like that for real? Because double wide trailer is really a
uh,
home.
no,
You
the
know, a big.
double wide trailers, they have the oversized trucks that carry them from state to state. So they
Oh,
will
okay,
go
I
on
want
one
to
of
do that.
those.
Hey, right
You
to be told.
you ever
I'm
see on
glad
the
I just looked
road?
down and saw you.
You'll see a long trailer truck, and it'll have like the
Uh-huh.
oversized sign, and then they have the arrow. That's where they go on, and that's how they transport them.
Oh no, but I would just want to be. But then you got to buy the property too, to drop your trailer
Yeah, you
on.
gotta
But
buy
I
the
would
land.
yeah, you got to buy your property, or you can just get a home in a rent, so you would rent the property. But I would love one. Good morning. But let me read this first. Some people had rent money, but played around thinking they would not. Yeah, a lot of people took advantage of the situation, and when it got that free money for their rent, didn't do it, use it for something else because they didn't know that eventually they got to pay some of that money back. But good morning. I just left it up there, so I wouldn't forget that I wanted to comment on the Diana docket. That's why he's up there so long. Be careful
Yeah.
to
Good
do it.
morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was
Good
first of
morning.
all, I love a trailer home. Hello, Flo. I love a trailer park. I mean, a trailer home. I don't like necessarily some of the people that come along with it, but yeah, my cousins have a couple trailers. They're very nice. Through the years, they used to like put cinder block them in, put a foundation on them, and turn them into houses. So you'll see a lot of people like in
Oh
South
yeah.
Carolina that the houses you walk in the house and it used to be a trailer and they've kind of bricked it in and built it in, and there's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that. It's just you just have to be wary. Like, well, I know in South Carolina we have a lot of hurricanes, so you gotta be wary because it can blow your trailer over. But other than that, when I hear about people living in trailers, um, some of them are beautiful. My
Exactly.
cousin's trailer is bigger than a lot of houses that I've seen,
Exactly.
so they are nice. But
One of
but
my sister-in-laws bought one when I was down there in 2002 in Louisiana. And her
mhm,
husband, he built a little house in the back for like a little tool shed. He made a big garden back there. He
yep,
made a porch, some stairs and stuff to go in the front door. Made the whole front yard with flowers, a nice landscape in the front. It's a
mhm.
big, beautiful home. And that's why when Juicy Booty used to drag people, I never understood that. I see a lot of beautiful ones. You don't necessarily got to move in one where they have a single wide, and then they do have some where they would call trailer trash or whatever. But I think some of the single wides are nice too if you know how to
Aren't
build up
those the
around it.
FEMA homes?
Huh?
The FEMA homes or FEMA?
Are they not? I never seen the female ones down here. That's just down south, right?
Yeah, I've seen FEMA homes down
Well, the
south.
FEMA homes are not. They're more like what Flo was saying earlier. They look more like campers, RV campers.
Oh,
They're not meant to be
Yeah.
long term, which is why they're not good quality. The problem with trailers though is when you have like in some mobile home parks where they're all on top of each other, you have the same issues you end up having with apartments. Somebody had roaches, you gonna get them too because they're right next door. They're not big enough to really have storage, so people kind of throw the trash around. Sometimes, I mean, it just depends, and that's what they talk about the trailer park trash. It just depends on that. But to have a trailer in general, first of all, a house is a house. I mean, a home is a home. You're
right.
not outside, so I've
Exactly.
never understood that particular read. And at the end of the day, when you're in an environment like we're in now, where and not to pick on Jay Wilson because I'm not reading him, but in a situation where he's constantly in and out of work,
Uh-huh.
having something that's more affordable is the better way to go. I mean, you get a
Exactly.
bigger house and that's nice, but can you really maintain it year after year if something happens?
It's gonna
So
be
True.
a constant struggle, and who want to live? We already struggle, especially a lot of us black people. Who want to
yeah.
do extra struggle on top of struggle? But the way you describing the people home, would it look like an army barracks or something? You know.
Mhm.
And then, like on some school playgrounds, when they had to add extra playrooms, they would have like a single trailer to turn it into, schoolrooms or something like this. I'm imagining it looks like
Yeah.
that the way you just described. But I would love to have one. Every time I pass by, I tell my husband, "Oh, look." And then they got communities over there where it's just a senior community. I wouldn't mind having one of those or one of those tiny homes, really, to tell you about it. I would love one. I don't care about no
Yeah.
big old empty space. And the biggest house I ever had was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, the den, the dining area, the dining room. I loved it, but that was big. I was so glad that I was able to downsize when my kids got out. It's a lot of money just heating up a house like that, maintaining the yard and everything just on the regular house. So,
Mhm.
I don't understand the Juicy Booty situation over there. But then again, if you got somebody that ain't used to nothing, because he said that they grew up in a single trailer till he was the age of 5. That's not true. It had to be longer because that's why you said your bucket list one day to me. What I'm thinking was to own something. That's what you're doing. And ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not mad at you. It's just the way you come off and put everybody else down. People do what they have to do. And long as what if they got a home, I don't care if they're in a project. A home is what you make it in the inside, okay? It's not where you live at, it's how you protect your home and how you raise your family in the inside of that home. Simple as
You're
that.
right.
And
So
yeah, I see a lot of people that have big apartments, but they don't have furniture in it like me. But I recently got a lot of furniture to fill up my apartment. But I had it as like a little bachelor pad. I had put the pool inside. I had to get rid of all that, and I upgraded to couches and stuff. But I never was a fan of like the dining room, the living room, 2 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. Like it's too much.
no, I don't know 5 bedroom, but when you start your family, one day God gonna send you your Boaz, a good husband, Boaz, your Boaz,
No,
and you
Mhm.
probably start having children and stuff. You probably want a 3 bedroom home. You don't need a 5 bedroom unless you plan on having a really very large
Wait a
family.
minute. Wait a minute, Bless. You shooting bullets is hitting me. I have
Yeah.
I have a 5 bedroom house.
Oh well, if you got
But
one,
I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I'm a true believer in buying a house that you can afford and not buying one that is too like where you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. When I bought my house, I live in the DMV area. So in this area, the townhouses were 3, 4, 500,000. I paid a
uh,
third of that for my house.
oh well, what
And
I was
so
saying
for
was.
me, but no, I know exactly what you're saying. I'm
I was
joking with
telling her she
you. I know
probably
what you're
don't need
saying.
one now that she plan to have a big family. But if you want one without
Mm-mm.
a big family, that's fine too. So I'm not trying to.
No, but I do have my rooms are I have my room set up like hobby room. But
Oh,
I do
okay.
get exactly what you're saying. Like you said, you don't want to if you can't afford to heat the space, clean the space. That's important. Um, then you should downsize. Also, remember some of us are getting older. Or these people who buy these grand houses with all these stairs, you gonna have to get up and down those stairs.
And
a
I
lot
ain't
of
trying to run up and down those stairs now. These people talking about give me a shot in my back now, y'all. I got to slip this or something, y'all. It don't
Oh
have me
no.
where it don't have me immobile or anything like that.
Mhm.
But if you ever had back pain, y'all know what I'm talking about. So
Right.
I said no. Well, then I don't want to take a bunch of pills. So
a
I'm
lot of
Right.
gonna go
Right.
ahead and do that little cortisone. I said, well, is it something like the way these young ladies get to have babies that epidural? So I don't want that. Not just give me some 800 milligram motion. I'll go on about my business because I'm out running around every day. But I'm praying it don't get to that point. So that's what I'm trying not to do. But you're right. Ain't nobody be running down the stairs. Now my sister's 76 years old, the one I take to the doctor every month.
Mhm.
She get around still really good, but she get to the point where she's tired of walking down the stairs because
Yeah.
yeah.
she'll come down the stairs in the morning. She'll sit down all morning. She got her big old as you walk in the living room, the big dining room. Then go further,
Mhm.
you got the kitchen on this side. You got the big den area, family area, whatever you call it. But and the bedroom down there and the bathroom. But then
Right.
upstairs, you got the 3 bedrooms up there with another. living room area, and it's made like in a circle. I like the house is made of stairs with another bathroom, but then the other bathroom is in the master. So she got like three bathrooms. Put it to you like that. But she
Right.
got tired of going up and down the stairs. So one of her daughters stay with her. She work all the time, so I go take her to the doctor. But once she come downstairs, she'll stay down all day, and then she go back up there at night because she can lay down downstairs if she wants to in her extra bedroom down there. So
Mhm.
her heating, her heating. I saw her bill one day. Now she got power and gas. I say $500 just for gas, because the electricity is just the light and the central air and heat, but the rest of it gas. It's like she got gas and electricity. So some run on gas, the lights and
Mhm.
stuff. It's on electricity. But I said, oh no, that's too high. I never heard her. I said, girl, you be paying this? But her daughter did. But she been in the house for years. Big, beautiful home. But that's why we usually have all our family functions over there, because she had the biggest home. And then my son is next, stuff like that. But I don't need a home like that. But she needed it at the time, because she had a lot of grandkids with her. Other ones got grown. She had six children, like that. So anyway,
Right.
when they got grown, she moved from that house to this house. But yeah, but they got this new thing called, if you watch commercials on TV, what is it? Hover around. You
Mhm.
put on install on your steps. I told her, you might need to get that. They don't like her to drive no more. I don't need it, so I'm starting not to like to go up and down the stairs no more. But they come downstairs with her daughter in the morning, be down there all day.
Yeah. And some people
Hey,
do
Lady
buy.
Victoria. Huh?
I said
Hi,
some
good
people do
morning.
buy
Good morning,
auction homes,
ladies.
like foreclosed
Hi,
homes.
stranger.
So what you would get for like
Can you hear me?
a regular 5 bedroom,
I
three
can hear you.
bathroom, you probably spend less than that. Probably you could get the same house for a third through foreclosure and try
That's
to
what I
Oh
flip
did.
it.
yeah, yeah, because that's the way it was in Las Vegas. It was easy to buy a home, and a lot of people would have theirs rent to own. After a year, half of your rent went towards the down payment. Because a lot of people come there, like I said, you put
Yeah.
that $5,000 down, they just want to take some equity and move on back to wherever state they come from. So it's easy to buy a home. Las Vegas is cheap for real, y'all. It really is. It's cheap to live there.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
come on here and say hello, right
Yeah.
to be told. Don't be
Good
mad at
morning.
me. I'm gonna call you.
Good morning.
I told you I've been dealing with the fools at work, and
Hey,
I'll be
Lady
Oh,
disappearing.
Victoria.
I'm
Oh yeah,
completely back to work full time too. I get it.
So what I was gonna say is this: those I understand what um Flo was saying earlier. I'm sorry, y'all. I just woke up. I am tired today. Um, those loans and grants are not for people who don't rent to federal back programs. So like my houses, I don't rent to Section 8 people, because Section 8 people a lot of times are the ones who destroy your property the worst. I have had several tenants with Section 8. Not one time have I
Mhm.
ever had a pleasant experience with them. And that's the issue I have with owning property and buying, depending on where your property is. Every property that I own in the city of Detroit, I never get a
Right.
quality tenant. So I'm not didn't qualify for a grant because I didn't have a program that I didn't qualify for those programs
But
that
some
back that. So I
states,
wanted to explain that. So Flo, when you say stimulus money is for everyone, and everyone should get stimulus money, because what it does is make people put money back into the economy. When those people got those stimulus money, whether they did the right thing or wrong thing, that's not our place to tell them. But you saw people going to buy TVs, you saw people going to buy cars, you saw people doing things, and that was helping the economy. So stimulus money
Right.
is for everyone. Hey, Tessie Boo, the stimulus money is what people need right now for that. Now, the fact that the United States is one of the greatest countries in the world and sitting up here arguing about giving us $1,200 when you have countries who have given their people double the amount that we have is what's sad to me.
but here's the thing is that the US government is in trillions of dollars of debt, and every day we suffer because of those debts.
How do we suffer every day? We don't. They
High
still take the
taxes,
turn.
health care, tuition,
See, only
school,
reason why I
our
came on here, Flo,
food.
because last time you said become a black conservative, and you speaking all of the Republican talking points. That's talking points. The country been in debt. So what we gonna do? Not live because the country in debt? I mean, come on now. I'm not a
And
It's
and
Democrat
and
either.
and and Flo. I'm sorry, ladies.
Go ahead, boo.
Flo. The country is not in debt because of anything that you and I did.
Exactly.
No, they are not.
that is
They are
true.
not in debt. They are not in debt because they're taking care of me. First of all, they're
I
not in
pay
debt
my
because of my
taxes.
student loans. And I can tell you
Okay.
now, you can look at my $800 a month that I send, and I'd be damned if the government's telling me they helping me pay for school because they are not. They are not. No, they're not paying for my housing. They're not sending me any money. They don't pay for my health care. So I don't. They're not in debt by anything we're doing. They're in debt
But
because of
that's
their bad decisions. They're hold on. They're in debt because of their bad decisions and business decisions they make with other countries. That has nothing to do with us as a people.
They owe China
We're
those trillions of dollars because
Oh,
they
they
burn.
debt
and they
oh,
don't owe China. They
China.
don't. But they don't owe China trillions of dollars for anything that's coming to me.
Right, exactly. So
That's
it's
not
not
us,
us.
Flo. That's not us. So they're not in debt for anything for because they're taking care of their people. That's not why they're in debt.
Yeah, but at the
Oh,
end of the day, that debt still has a deficit on every individual as to why we don't receive the funding that we need. And a lot of the funding that the United States government uh disperses out on a daily basis is enough to say, well, we don't have enough. That's why they're saying there's a coin shortage.
Who
The
are they
Federal
dispersing it
Reserve
to?
is not giving us no more money.
Okay, so it's
Who are
okay
they
for them to give
dispersing it to?
banks and different people. That's why they're in debt. So helping banks, helping this company, helping that company. Your nice president is helping his buddies stay afloat while everybody else is going under. Those are the reasons why we're in debt, not the average American who gets a punk behind $1,200. So I just wanted to say you're entitled to your views and however you feel on anything. But I would just say research before you say certain things because that's not true. Giving American people $1,200 ain't gonna kill them.
But what about what I'm not saying is true? I'm giving a solution as to what would be a better route than just giving people $1,200. $1,200 really is not helping anybody. We cannot just
Yes, it
stop
is
at
because
twelve
those
hundred
who work
dollars.
don't need $1,200. We don't need $1,200. I mean, those who work need could use the extra money. We can use. We don't need you to pay our rent. We paying our rent. We don't
But
need
what
you
is
to pay
twelve
it.
hundred dollars when your credit is shot and now you got evicted and you can't even go get another apartment due to you being so backed up in credit card bills, your credit being destroyed? Everybody's looking at the $1,200. They're looking at it from a small telescope, but they're really not looking deep as the domino effect in what happens after you receive the $1,200. Yes, you got your grant money that you're entitled to as being an American, but financially, your credit, your bills, judgments, all of that will stop you, and you're not going to go any further past that $1,200.
well, I
Well,
know one thing. I mean,
due to the pandemic, though, they're making a lot of concessions for people. So I don't think that they're going to look at credit and look at different things the same,
Exactly.
based on the pandemic situations. But I will say, in some situations, not necessarily the stimulus that they gave to the individual people, but the stimulus package and payroll package they claimed they were giving to some of these businesses who didn't deserve it. They could have put that money back into the everyday people. For example, Steak Shack or whatever getting like $12 million for their business. You what? I'm not worried about going to a burger when I don't. I mean, a burger place with a $15 hamburger meal when I
I
don't
heard
have
that.
toilet paper.
I heard
Exactly.
When
that.
I don't have, I mean, so some of those people, some of those rich companies, I mean, some of those large restaurants that were getting these things,
Kanye
that
West
was
got
ridiculous.
loans. You got Kanye West, who's a millionaire, comes on
He
TV and brag about it. He
He
got a
also got a
loan.
loan. Yes, he
My
did.
neighbor next door, he got $112,000 for his business,
Wow.
and he came and talked and showed me. And I know for a fact he don't need the $112,000. And he said, "Well, why don't
That's
you
not
apply
helping.
for it for
It's
your
not
business?" I
helping that.
told him, "I'm
It's
not.
not helping the
I'm not
everyday
getting involved in
person.
any of that."
Yeah, it's the everyday person that needs his
It's
money.
not.
Exactly, and they not giving it to us. And I
Look,
own a business
they
as
giving it
well.
to the people that has money. And I'm a backstroke on this Section 8 situation. When Trump made it a law, and I guess he made it a law, people didn't have to have a quota of so many apartments put aside for the Section 8 people. A lot of people out here stopped renting to people with Section 8, their houses and stuff, because they say the same thing that you saying, Lady Detroit. A lot of people, don't care about your property and destroy it. But those are people that never have and never will care about how they live or where they live and not used to anything nice and don't want nothing nice. But at the same same time, you had some families that's not like that, that really needed a place to stay and had a very hard time finding any Section 8, anybody written on Section 8. And then they had to really go take apartment or house in the slums. I think that part of it was fair because everybody was the same. You know, it's what one or two bad apples always spoil a whole bunch.
And
But
you
I
right.
did at the same time. I never agreed with Trump. The only thing I did agree with he did say that Section 8 wasn't created for people to get there and stay 10, 15, 20 years and then their children
Exactly.
thing. It was made for people to get themselves together for maybe 1 to up to 5 years. And by that time, you should have your career, your school, or whatever it is you're doing in order for you to move on. And that's why it's so hard to get on Section 8 here in California. Because I just seen somebody said that it took you through a lot and they forget about it when they do. Now, that's the only thing I agree with. But some people get on here and make it seem like they there for all these years. And so they, by them never moving, I think they wanted to change that. And so that's why then when it changed, people don't have to rent the Section 8 because people will tear your property out. And if I was renting property, I would really have to screen somebody. I would get somebody at the church. It was all them. Don't get me all them ain't that easy, but you do have some that been there, done that, whatever it is they done been there and done, and
Yeah.
they're ready to live a good, clean life, and they want somewhere nice to live. But you got
They-
some people do the most and messed up your property. So I get what everybody is saying about the Section 8, the house, the whole 9 yards. And carry
I
on, lady.
think they should take away Section 8 after a year. People should
Uh-huh.
only be required to be on Section 8 for a year because it creates stagnant, lazy Americans.
But I think Florida need more than a year. Because what if they completing, some kind of training program and for 6 months, and then they get a job, then they got that one year, that extra year to save their money and get on about their business. That's why I said up to 5 years is
I
sufficient.
agree. 5 years.
Yeah,
I
but
believe they
when
should
you
get cut
start
off after 5 years. I agree.
that's right. But when
And
people
if
sit
they're
there and
in a
say 10,
if they're in a
15, 20
program,
years, they become lazy and they pass that on to their children to just live off the government. Then they in return want to get a Section 8
hmm
too. That's the only
But
thing
that's
I
why
agree
it
with
was put in
that.
place in the first. That's why it was put in place in the beginning. It was put in place to keep minorities down. Okay, if
Hold on,
minorities,
hold on, hold on, hold
No.
on, Flo.
Uh-uh.
Section 8 started after the Great Depression for white people. It did not
white
even
people
start for black
exactly.
people. Some black
I did.
person figured out how to get an application and got on and told everybody else. But it was not created to keep black people down because black people didn't even qualify for it. It was
Right.
for
It's
white
And they
people, and it was
continued
didn't
after
even
the
know
Great
because
about
of
it.
the
Depression.
strength
A lot
of
of programs black people
minorities.
didn't even know about it to even
I'm
take
not
advantage
saying
of
black people don't get on it and stay on it and become lazy. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying your statement about how it started is not true.
it. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that's how it started. I'm saying it's in place to put minorities and keep them down at a lower level. They know that if they keep giving you guys free money, free food stamps, free place to stay, you're not going to want to go out there and get a job.
That's
Only
not
But not
necessarily
government
true.
necessarily
requires you
so
to
for
do your
everybody
job.
though, Flo. Some
That's
people
not necessarily true.
they want to have something. And I told y'all the story how my daddy didn't believe in that welfare situation. I remember I snuck it when he did some stuff to my first child. He did not believe in that because he's from a big family. And back then, the man had quit school and start working. He just didn't understand that kind of stuff. So I passed that on to my children, my nieces, and everybody. They work. You know what I'm saying? But we were just really discussing 5 years enough. And that's the only thing I ever agreed with him. You know what I'm saying? But Flo, I think some people do need it. I don't think it was designed to hold us down because we didn't even know about those. Well, black people didn't even know about those kind of programs. Like they just said, it was put in place for white people. You know what I'm
What's
saying? We
not
didn't
free,
know.
Tessie? It's free. It's not your money for food stamps. That's free money. If you didn't work for it, I believe that it is free. A lot of
It's a
people
bunch
didn't
of
work for
there's more
Section
white people
8.
on food
They
stamps than there
received
is
it.
black people.
Yes, it is.
That
Yes, it is.
I know
And,
that for a
and
That
all
fact.
the
statement just
There's
went
foreigners
out
more
the
that
white
came on
window.
people
here.
than there is on.
Yeah, and
But
all the foreigners
as
that came on here, they're all on food stamps. They get straight over here
Exactly.
and
I
get
was gonna say the
grants
only
to
thing
open a
I agree with
businesses,
you.
hair stores, liquor stores, and everything. They get their Section 8. They just get everything to start them out. See, they know, and there's probably more programs going on right now. They're not going to tell us about.
that
And then
depends
Dr.
in
No,
every
good
state,
morning,
though.
QML. 'Cause
That depends on
I
every
Flo, I agree. I agree with your mindset. I think that you are just lacking some of the information, and I say that. So I'm not. I don't want you thinking we all against you
well,
because
I
I'm not.
haven't been
I agree
on.
with their mindset because when I talk to my girlfriends, they tell me I'm a baby Trump, and that's not true.
I,
However, so I do get your mindset. It's just some of your information is a little bit
I mean, I
underdeveloped.
haven't been
That's
on
all it
food
is.
stamps or welfare. None of my family has been on food stamps or welfare, so I really can't educate it.
I agree.
but
I'm
that's
the
your
same way.
family.
I'm the same way.
That's your family.
No one in my family, however, no one in my family has been on. However, what I had to do was to start researching and paying attention and listening to other people who are in those situations. So I'm saying what you're saying about not having to live off of, not wanting people to live off of it or being lazy or that I understand that rhetoric is just some of the things you're saying is underdeveloped in the information. That's it. Just
Can
a
you
little bit
guys
of
hear
it.
me? Can
yeah,
you
But
guys?
good
I
morning,
agree with you. I think people should not be on it
good
for life.
morning slash afternoon, QI.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Who is it? Who is that? Lady
sir,
Detroit?
Yeah, I want to know. Can you hear me? Because I got a phone call and it normally
I can
kicks
hear
me
you.
out.
I can
Okay,
hear
QI,
what
you.
I want to say is this
excuse me,
because I.
ladies,
No, I
excuse
can
me,
hear you.
ladies. Let me find out if this the real QI. Good morning, QI fam.
Oh Lord.
Good good morning, Bless Watkins. How you doing?
Okay, then it's the real. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Continue, ladies. Everybody can't talk at the
Because
same
I
time.
didn't finish. I never got to finish my statement,
Go
and
ahead.
I know for a
I'm
fact
sorry,
I'm
Lady
now.
Detroit.
But what I was going to
I'm
say is
sorry.
this: your mindset, like I said, you have a mindset of someone who's been privileged. Not everybody, and I'm a very privileged person. I've never been on welfare. I had my first child at 19, and I worked and went to school and did everything I had to do because I came from parents who made sure I didn't have to do any of those things. But if my parents needed welfare, and if anyone else who's watching or anyone else grew up on welfare, if they needed those programs to get through in life, they needed those programs. Who am I to say what somebody didn't need or what people need to do with their lives? But the thing I will say, it should be for a limited set amount of time. And because your family didn't need welfare is a very, very, very small way to judge others who have. So like I said, it's
I
my
didn't
family has
judge
never needed
Well,
nobody.
welfare,
wait a
but
minute.
my aunt
Okay,
needed.
I don't think that she's really judging. She was just saying her family believed.
No, I'm not saying
My
that
my
blessed
father
personally
my
towards
father didn't
her.
believe in that at all, and I did like you said, Lady Detroit, your family, but you was 19 had a child. Well, I had a child early, and I knew I could sneak and do that. My father, right now to the day he died, never knew that I snuck and got something. He didn't believe in it, but at the same time, I also had a job too. My first job was in Delta Bank training as a trainer. As a bank teller, he did not know that. So no, my family didn't have to grow up on that either. My mother had her own beauty shop back then. It was Press and Curls and Perms. And my daddy went to the United States work. Then after he had retired, he opened up his restaurant, his food trucks. So me too came from a family like, oh, we didn't have to have it. But I snuck and did it, woodworking. And if I need it right now to the day, I wish I can get me some food stamp. Believe that, Charles.
Okay, and that's what I was going to say when you cut me off. I'm not saying Flo, and I was about to say that Flo. I don't think you personally judge person, but you're looking at it from a standpoint of someone who's never needed it. But you have to put yourself sometimes in other people's shoes,
I
and find
did.
and realize. Put yourself in their shoes. And when you say somebody can only use Section 8 for 1 year is not enough time to get yourself together, period. If you have a small child, you may need it 1 year. You may have a child who has disabilities. You may have a child who has different issues. So what I'm basically saying is put yourself in these people's shoes sometimes. Yes, you come from a family who didn't need it, but maybe go talk to somebody whose family did need it, and you will kind of maybe change your mindset a little bit. And all I'm saying to you is I came from a very privileged. My mother was an executive and my daddy was an engineer. So I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit after my parents moved. I never ever needed anything. My parents, I had a baby. I didn't get welfare. My parents took care of me, made sure I had
Yeah, and my
everything.
father took care of
So
me, but
I'm
like
just
I
saying,
say, I
but when
snuck
I
to
had a
give her
baby
her too.
young, I
I'm
had to
not
understand
judging.
when I had a
Okay,
baby young, I had to put myself in the same shoes as some of these other women. I now understood why they needed state child care, why they
good
needed
morning,
some of
Chocolate
those
Biscuit.
things.
Okay, can I say
Okay,
this
'cause I don't
though?
Now,
think that she meant it that way, Lady
Okay, can
Detroit.
I
You
say
know,
this?
yeah, but
I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah, I'm
you
gonna say something
y'all
to
keep
you.
saying what she
Okay,
didn't mean it. I'm
Uh,
saying I understand it. I'm telling her sometimes to put her go maybe talk to someone else or put yourself in someone's shoes. I'm not saying it was a bad thing what she's saying. I'm
No,
saying
what
from
I'm
one
saying.
privileged person to another privileged person,
Okay.
you have to
Okay.
sometimes look at someone else's views. That's all I'm saying.
No, but
Okay.
what
Situations,
I'm
Yes.
and
saying
situations
is from
different.
my point of view is I don't have to talk to somebody about it. I don't care who receives what. That's not my business. What I'm saying is I want to see black people, I want to see minorities do better than the other. I'm not going to say the color, but the other. I want to see black people do better. In all our life we've been told that we can't go to college because it's too expensive. All our life we've been told that the only time we're going to make something of ourselves is to get Section 8 or get welfare and start from there. What I want people to do is really find a way to stray away from that stereotype that all minorities are on welfare when we know we're not. And the only way for us to prove it is to seek better and seeking for longer or even 5 years. That's what I'm saying. 5 years is too long, in my opinion, for people to be on Section 8. I would never want to wish that on nobody. What I want to
Mm-hmm.
see is better
Okay.
programs developed for people. 1 year on Section 8, there should be a program set in place to help you get off your feet and out of Section 8. You shouldn't be waiting 5 years to get off your feet. There should be programs set in place. There should be programs set in place where we don't have to go swipe a card for
Okay,
Well,
so
food.
let me
There should be
reiterate
programs
about
set.
well,
this 5 years.
but
I'm gonna mute
President,
everybody now so I can go ahead and say something. Then I won't. Kira, to go ahead and say something because we talking and I'm not gonna be on here much longer. No,
okay.
Flo, that's the only thing I don't agree with you with. Some people might need up to 5 years because, like, somebody might have a child that's disabled. Okay, now they want to stay home, and they, like my niece had an autistic son. Okay, and so she had to stay home and teach him starting about 3. I told the story how she was embarrassed that something was wrong with him. And I told her something wrong, get the baby some help. By the time you're 5, be cool. Well, she did that, and she stayed home until he started doing good in school. By the time the first grade, he's in regular class. He's doing great. So then after that is when she went and got her a job at Safeway. And then she was offered a job to help with autism kids because she was so good at it and teaching her child at home. So she had to stay home those 5 first years. So I don't agree with you when you say maybe a year or two. And then a lot of people want to nurture their kids into 5, and then some might be going to school, for example, like you, and then might have to do something. Uh-oh, y'all, let me have to plug my thing up. I see the battery going low. I didn't know that my computer wasn't plugged up. So no,
Uh-oh.
they definitely need, let me put this plug in here. They definitely need more than just a year. Okay, they really do. I think up to 5 years, it's good for people to finish school, they train, or whatever it is. Or if they finish within a year, give them time to be on their job for a while to make sure that it's secure before they go to work. But after 5 years is enough. But sometimes
Hey,
people can get it together within 2 to 3 years and move on if their mindset is like they want something out of life and don't want to sit up on the government. Then they will take care of that business. Some people get off there before 5 years. So
bless, bless. I have to get off the phone. I have a conference call, but so I'm gonna have to get back on go back in the chat. But I want to say one last thing before I get off. Um, or two things actually. Bill Clinton did put in place a 5 year or 7 year, something like that, plan where you had to work and you had this whole welfare to work program, and Bush got rid of it. So they did try that, and the Republicans got rid of it. So that's why you still have people in the system. Because I remember thinking that one of my cousins, a distant cousin, was going to have to get her butt off the system eventually, and she didn't, because by the time Bush got elected, he put it back in place or got rid of um, what Clinton put in place. But the other thing is, Flo, I thought one time, and I might be wrong, that you went to A&T. I went to
Yes.
UNCG. There were so many A&T kids getting food stamps and getting help with housing. So many. And it was because college kids aren't rich and they needed the help. And once they graduated, they were no longer on the system. So sometimes
Hello.
some of these welfare programs do help people get their education and get up in life, and they move on.
But that's
So
a
I'm like,
different
you didn't see any of
situation.
those
I'm not
kids?
coming at everybody's situation.
uh oh, you fell off, baby
Oh my
girl.
gosh, we lost her. Hey, and
finna
I
not
gotta go.
drop
I
it. I'm
gotta
finna
go.
drop it. Wait a
I
minute.
gotta go. Bless. I gotta go. I really enjoyed
Okay.
this conversation, and I know QI about to get it in, so I'm gonna go
Well,
right
I
back in
know
the
I'm
chat and
trying to get
listen.
her on there too, so you've been dropping. She's been way
Bye,
back there a
Lady
long
Short.
time. Thanks for coming on, putting your opinion. We just simply y'all having a discussion. Ain't nobody mad at nobody. Our views might be different. That's cool. That's the whole point of us coming on the panel. Couple people fell off. Let me put that link back up there. Kira, you got the floor now, baby. I know you've been sitting back there waiting.
All right, thank you, Miss Blake. The problem is that average people are being blamed for systematic failure. What I mean by that is the cost of living does not match, the wage. Like how is a mother that, like is working at like a fast food restaurant receiving like what the average $7 to $8 an hour, and now the average rent on most one bedroom apartments is $800 and $900. So how is she going to be able to afford rent, health care, doctor, school supplies, and all of this stuff for her children, and be able to afford rent? And so a lot of people are looking at that. You are not looking at that. They're just saying, okay, welfare and all that. But the thing is, just like with the stimulus check, most people's rents were $600 to $2,400 a month in some states. So a $1,200 stimulus check didn't even cover 1 month of rent. And here we've been in this situation for months now. And so even another $1,200 is not going to cover the debt
Exactly.
that they may have acquired. Plus, there's been a lot of price gouging and different things when it comes to everyday household essentials. So people have
Exactly.
to look at once it's the system is not set up for an average person or for a person to really make it out of their situation, because once the rent and the cost of living matches what people are the average person is able to bring in, then we can look at, okay, like people doing, people coming out of their current situations. And I
Exactly.
agree with Flo when she says she wants our people to do better. But we as a people have to realize, to do better, we have to own. And that's our problem. We don't
Exactly.
own.
And you
And
can't
so
own without credit. And a lot of people's credit are being destroyed right
well,
now.
actually we can. Now I see where you're coming from, and you're right. You're
How do you
right to
think we
that.
should own then without going through credit other than cash?
Well, like cash, like really, black people are the number one consumers. So that means, we're buying Jordans. We do have a lot of money that flows through our hands. The thing
Exactly.
is, we're not investing that money back into something that is like residual income for ourselves. We become dependent upon a job. Even if you have a good job, that good job is not guaranteed for the rest of your life. So the thing is, and we're too dependent upon that job, their system, this, that, and the other. So they control us in that aspect. So if we were to own more, we would control ourselves. We'll be able to control how many people we employ. We'll be able to control what type of wages that they receive. We will be able to, control more and have an affordable housing. Like if you're a landlord, what's the point? If like like for instance, I've lived in New Orleans. And in New Orleans, we're talking about 100-year-old homes and stuff that they go in and throw a little paint on after Katrina, and they're charging like $9 to $1,000 and some dollars a month for it. And and those homes are not worth it. And see, that's what we're looking at, and that's what needs to change, because the average person cannot afford like under some fast food or restaurant or anything, or for the most part, even people who make better than that can't afford really to be able to cover all their monthly expenses, because especially as a mother, because you also have those children. Just like right now, people are going back to school. They're sending these children back to school, and people are still waiting on stimulus. So people had to
Exactly.
buy pens, pencils, um, pencils. They had to pay for books. They had to pay for college entry fees. They had to do all that in the
Exactly.
midst of this crisis. And so the government is not, like they're making a decision to send the children back to school, but they're not looking at the financial stress that is also placing on parents. So the government is dropping the ball. It's not us, the average person. It's the government. Now, yes, I agree with you. We have to learn how to work around the system. We have to learn how to, because they're not going to give us anything. They're not going to do anything for us. Just like you were saying, like the majority of people on welfare are not us. They paint the picture that it's us, but it is
Exactly.
not us. It's not us, it's them. It's so easy for them to go in. They can be rich and go in there and get welfare, depending on if their buddy sends their application through. With us, they try to send us through all kinds of loopholes just to be able to get anything or any type of assistance. So, like, it's not us, and we have to stop looking at it like that. And we've always been progressive in America. Most of our people do work hard. The thing is, it's not set up where we can make it to the next level. And so we have to start working. We have to go back to start working together. Just like you were saying, how do we own more? We work together. And then you don't have to go get it. Like if you're going to open a beauty supply store, or I mean, not a beauty supply, a beauty store, you don't have to go get the most elaborate beauty store. Like don't go out there and get no loan and a loan and just be trying to showboat and all that to make it look super nice. Work your way towards that. Start off small, and we have to look forward to investing our money, but not investing in their stuff, because we keep investing in their stuff and not investing in our own. We invest in everybody's stuff. We buy shea butter from Africa instead of buying something here from America. We have to start investing in black money. We have to start keeping our money circulating within our communities, just like other nationalities do. And that's the point. All I wanted to come up and just point out those things, that it's not us. They want to blame it on us, because they're trying to pay, just like somebody was talking about the debt that they have with China. Yeah, Bush a long time ago blamed it on the blacks and the Latinos, when it's not us.
Yeah.
When we don't owe that debt, we don't owe that debt. And yes, it's due to their lack of responsibility, because they go party. They go, like these large corporations, they get everything. These large corporations don't pay taxes. The average low to middle income are the taxpayers. The rich people don't pay taxes. They get all kinds of tax breaks. And that's the problem, because the people with that can contribute the biggest to the company, to the country, they're not putting in. And so, that's what needs to change. They need to stop taking expensive trips and incentives on our taxpaying money as well. Because just like Trump, he goes and lives in his hotel. His Secret Service has to live in his hotel, and we have to pay for it. He was going to play golf that cost $1 million per golf trip. That's our taxpaying money, and that's what needs to stop. It's not us, it's them.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much all I wanted to point out.
And
Well,
that's
I'm
what
glad you jumped on, because you made a lot of good points at QI. And I was just looking at somebody here saying that we don't think that the fact that we have to be on something is a moral failure. Now, when Laurie actually said something about we got to take care of people, well, but you're right, Laurie. People that's disabled children that's really extremely disabled, they may do have to stay on it a lot longer. Now that's a different situation right there, Laurie. So you're so right about that. We're talking about our able-bodied people, like you I said, got to start somewhere. We need to own our own. But how could we own our own when they won't let us? They keep handicapping us. We can't get the loans like everybody knew that come to this country. So where can we start at? Well, stick together and put our money in and do like the Mexicans do. But black people just don't do that. So we can't really blame it even on our people. I don't know what's going on. Go ahead, baby.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Bless.
That's what I'm trying.
Our problem is we don't work together. We do not work together. Like when you look at the Latinos and the Hispanics, the Latinos culture, they work together. When they come over here, they would stay in a 1-bedroom apartment. It'll be about 20 of them up in there.
Exactly.
And then the next thing you know, they own their own businesses. They got their own grocery stores. Each one of them going out to get their own luxury homes. They build up and they work together. We don't work together. We seem to have a crab in a barrel mentality, which is damaging us, and that's what we have to stop. Just like in this YouTube,
Every other corner, there's a Mexican food truck. And let me tell you what they do out here, y'all. They go into the neighborhood that's considered not so good of a neighborhood. They buy these abandoned houses or these houses that need a lot of work to it. They'll go buy one of those houses. All of them get together because y'all know they got skills for landscaping, building, whatever. All their friends and family get together. and they build on that house. And when I ride through a neighborhood like that, I can point out which one belongs to Mexican. They go in those neighborhoods and they buy those houses and they fix it up, and they really be beautiful homes too. So they stick together. There's no way no black people get together and friends and family gonna help you. You know, I mean, you got to give a little something, something. I understand, but these Mexicans, they pay little or nothing for those homes. Like you say, Q, about 20 minute house might be 50. They all work and put that one check in the pot. Next thing you know, they done bought this house, the house next door, the house next door, and everybody in the family got a house and a car. They got them little carts they drive around with. A lot of them come on here, they don't have no green card, but they make their own businesses. Why can't we do that?
Well, that goes back to people saying that I'm being judgmental. I'm not being judgmental. I don't judge nobody in their circumstance. I'm not saying cut off.
People want to have more than the next,
Oh,
and we got to stop looking at it because we're no better than our weakest link. You know, back in the day, our ancestors or our grandparents and stuff.
Oh, did you fall off? Let me drop this. Somebody fell
can
off.
you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Just
because
dropped
I
his
was
name.
getting
Somebody
cut
fell off.
off.
This is getting
And we got to go back
interesting.
to that type of mentality. And if you don't start with anybody, start with your family and then your immediate neighborhood or your community. We have to start back doing things like that because it takes a village for us to survive. And, you know, and I'm going to get off. And I thank you, Bless, for allowing me to be on the panel. And I've really enjoyed it. Thank you, Flo.
Well, I
Um,
enjoyed your input, baby girl. I really did.
Okay.
And thanks for coming on. You know, I'm
no
glad you came
problem.
on. You can always come on. You could always been coming on, baby. Okay.
Well, whenever like it's a conversation or something that I'm passionate about, you know, just rest assured I'll come on.
I know, like this, we didn't mean to go this way, but I'm glad we are, going this
Yeah,
way.
it's
And I
something
know,
that
yeah,
it's a conversation that needs to be had because right now we're in a
exactly.
crucial time and people are still lagging. They're acting like they don't see what's going on. Because like if we go over into next year with this situation that we're going that's happening right now with us with people waiting on stimulus packages and with and then not that you have to look at they're trying to go towards artificial intelligence in terms of like jobs and different things like that. So that means that there's going to be less jobs out here for people. So we have to start looking at being creative, and going back to like the days when in the 30s and stuff. My grandfather was a farmer and a peddler. He worked for
Mhm.
himself all of his life. And so we have to go back to creating our own. And then we have to go back to educating ourselves because they know law, they know politics, and they know the loopholes. Like they would sit there and they would do stuff, and we think that it's breaking the law. When we go into the court of law, we wonder why they won the case. They won the case because they knew the loopholes of the law. So those are the things that we need to learn, and we need to teach our children as well. Educate our children as well on things that really matter and things surrounded by survival.
Hopefully, this generation would do better. The kids coming up now would do better than what we done, like we were conditioned, way back in the day. But then we can't keep using that as an excuse either.
No,
And you're
and we
right,
if we don't
Chocolate.
pay
This is, yeah, you're
if we
right.
don't pave the if we don't pave the way and put them into that frame of thought, they won't. Because just like I am disappointed in the generation, even though like my family, they did good. They own things. We own things. Most of them are self-employed. But still, I still, as a younger person, feel like they dropped the ball. They didn't do what all they needed to do. Do what all they needed to do setting up the next generation. We have to stop piling stuff on for the next generation, and we have to start paving the way for the next generation. It should be better for the next generation. The next generation shouldn't have to go through what we went through or have to deal with some of the things that we didn't deal with in our current generation.
Okay, then let me read this. This is what I'm saying. So, okay, state of being saying this is rooted in history. Hell, slave owners pitting blacks against each other all the time. We knew that. We know about the house nigga thought he was better than the field nigga. We know about all that. The government penny game. Can we still use that same excuse
No,
today?
ma'am.
No, I
No,
don't
ma'am.
think so.
If you want to, if see, here's our problem. Like, this is the only thing that I agree with Kanye West on. If you think like a slave, you're a slave. You are what you think you are. So just because we keep we keep wallowing in this
Facts.
defeated slave mentality. This is another thing that's mentally stopping us from progressing. We have to like, just like the when the Latinos come over here. They come over here and technically where they live is worse than, is bad conditions, but they don't come over here and use that as an excuse. They come over here and do what they need to make it to the next level. We have to learn how to put the past behind us in order to move forward. You cannot drive forward and consistently be looking backwards without having an accident.
Okay, good morning, really be. No, we're not cutting Flo off. She's been doing her share. We just like Q I have been waiting a long time, so we letting us out. And we having fun, baby. You want to weigh in on this conversation? I'm gonna drop the link again because I don't know what happened to Lady Detroit. Maybe she had to leave or whatever like that.
Okay.
But we was
Hey
letting,
y'all.
yeah, Heat Wave is here too. Let me let her in. No, yeah, she's sharing you. But we've been having a good conversation, girl.
Hey
When you see
y'all.
the replay, you're gonna see we've been having fun. Okay, somebody else keep
Hello.
dropping off. That go to thing.
Hello. Hey y'all.
Hey, we hear you.
Okay.
Thank you for
Okay.
coming. Let me take you
So
out. Thank you for coming, though, baby girl. We appreciated your input. Okay, Lady Detroit, drop the link again.
okay.
Who's that
Hello.
talking?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now, but I hear somebody else in the back. Turn your thing down, Heat Way. I think you got me on a double gadget or something.
Oh, okay. Sorry, sorry,
Okay.
sorry, sorry, bless. Okay. One
Okay.
minute. 1 minute. Sorry, sorry. Okay, good. Hi,
Okay, go ahead.
bless.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, bless.
Hey,
Oh,
Heat Wave. Okay,
hi.
so I was trying to say, like, I'm
Mhm.
not judging anybody in
Correct.
their circumstances. I'm talking about as a nationwide whole.
Mm-hmm.
Individually, every state is different. Every state has different Section 8 rules. I only
Mm-hmm.
know about a couple. They're all not the same. Every county makes their own rules. However, I'm saying as Black people, we, like you, I said, we have to get out of the slave mentality. We have to get
Mm-hmm.
out of the put
Correct.
everything in our lap. I think that personally, to decrease the time on Section 8 to a year, it basically
Mm-hmm.
says, hey, it's time to get off now. Let's
Mm-hmm.
everybody needs to work together. And that's the thing. Now, today, in the generation of young people, there's not a lot of young people that are on welfare like there was back then. There was a whole lot of
Okay.
young people on welfare back then. Now, I see a lot of youth getting businesses, uh, producing their own filming companies. Look at 15-year-old, what's her name, Marsai? She's in what's that show? It's a movie. I think it's called like Little Woman or something like that. She produced that whole film. Like, the youth is really trying to make an effort to get out of that stigma that they put us in systematically. However, I feel like disabled people, they really need that. I'm not saying take it away from the people who need it, the people with children that have to
Mm-hmm.
go to school, that have to go to work. I'm saying those people that really do not need it, take it away from them.
Okay,
I'm
I.
talking about making the
Okay. Mm-hmm.
standards stronger. Now, if you look at Coney Island in Brooklyn, it's predominantly Jews, and a lot of them are on Section 8 and they're using the Section 8. But you can't just take it away from one race or one culture. You have to take it away from everybody.
Wow.
So that's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Um.
ma'am.
Yeah, go
Um.
ahead.
A lot of people is not gonna agree with me, but I'm gonna say it, and I don't give a damn. This is how I'm feeling. Okay. Section 8, welfare, and all of those help, right? I think the main purpose for that, it was to assist people who is in need of those programs, right?
Exactly.
It was not there for a generation to a generation to a generation to live on that. We are the ones who is oppressing ourselves because what I have noticed, okay, in our minority, period, okay, now, you're okay. Years ago, getting in these programs were very difficult. They want to know who you're sleeping with and all of that. People had to be, if they had males in the house, they had to be backing up. They had to be on the go because people were called on each other and all of that stuff. Now it gets
Right.
a little much easier. Okay, so now it's a way that I see people who really want to advance. I mean to say it's a way of whatever you're doing, whether you call it crooked or what. I'm saying using your brains. Now, most of the time, a female will fast to get on the Section 8. Sometimes they have a man. Sometimes, they live in a husband and wife. They're not for whatever reason. Now, I get on Section 8 or I get on welfare, right? The first thing
Yeah.
I'm going to think, okay, my man is not added to this. He is bringing in a salary. All right. So now I'm going to look, the government is helping me here. So my man's salary, you have to think outside the box. You know what we're going to do, baby? We're going to save this money to get out of here, to do something better. You can't fold your goddamn hands and figure out, girl, I'm getting a check. I'm good with that. You see, that's the
Exactly.
way of thinking. Because when you go into these programs, the majority of the people, sad to say, is of the minority. Okay. But let me tell you something. They had a stigma saying that Puerto Ricans, they were gifted to being on this program, right? But let me tell you something. Most of those people own their homes in Puerto Rico. Okay. So don't get it twisted. It was like that. It's the only thing we were not seeing. When you're on programs like that, it's a stepping stone. And what I'm saying is too much of complaint. I don't give a damn who's mad with me. Once we have a way of education and we are not bored from going to school, you hear me say, by any means necessary, when you're on those programs, seek and find education. That is your best tool, okay? That is something no man could take from you. Educate, encourage your children to go to school. This is our way to get a stepping stone. This is a way to outside. This is a way to a better life. Education. Unless we bought from education, stop the damn complaining and shut the hell up. Because nobody's holding you
Exactly.
back from going to school. You understand? Now look, you have people right on this section. Yes, I'm gonna get a little messy now. That girl, that lady Joyce, that same bulldog. Sorry to say, because some people like I just can't stand them, and that's I'm not calling her like that because she is one of them. I'm mad. Okay, look at that woman, a young girl like Billie Jean. Okay, Billie Jean is a child that was working, I guess, well taken care of at home. Okay, you know what she told that girl one day? To quit her job, right? Quit her job. Not saying, listen, test the waters and maybe you could do the graphic design or whatever. She told that girl to quit her job because that woman there went and quit her job, but still online, begging people and embarrassing a little boy about the underwear. And she cannot afford this. She can't afford that. You have a child. You have children. Okay? You're going to leave a job to sit your ass at home. Okay? To do what? That is people with no ambition. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Those are the ones that take advantage of the system. You hear me?
Preach.
Okay. And next one too. That other fishy one in wherever Chicago. No ambition too. You have a young daughter. Okay. Not a boy child, a daughter. Now she came on one day. I was on that live before I know that girl was a bum like that. And she stood up and said, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna quit. Something to that effect. I think I'm gonna quit. She wants to do YouTube full time. Who does that? And you know why I'm mad? Because I worked all my freaking life. Not that I want something back. I worked for what I wanted. And it aches me to know strong people like this is sitting and folding the goddamn hands at home and expect us, the taxpayers, to pay for them. That's not damn fair. And I don't give a damn who is mad. Okay? And coming back to the
Okay.
stimulus now, coming back to the stimulus, a lot of people is not going to agree with me. The stimulus package, I think it's a waste of time. You know why? I would rather something similar to what Flo is saying. I would rather to know they freeze the like our rent or our credit cards. Do something in that regard. What the hell are you gonna do with $1,200? Then you gotta wait till how much more months? There's no way. We're gonna always be indebted. So do something with the rent. Either pardon the rent or a credit card. A lot of our credit card will suffer. Okay, our credit's gonna go belly up. I would rather for the government to do something like that than to give me any $1,200. What the hell am I gonna do with $1,200? But I can't speak for everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? $1,200 and then what? Give the $1,200
Exactly.
and what else? You know, these are things. Look. I don't get
But
into politics and shit.
I think people are looking towards like we're getting a new president, so let's hold on. Let's hold on. Let's just take the money. But what they're not understanding is yes, you may feel like your credit, your bills that could wait before your 1,200, but
Huh?
I think it would be better just to freeze everything. Okay, freeze
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. Exactly. Because let me tell you something. I had a death in my family during this pandemic. Okay. A couple of my bills was that was pushed to the side. And I figured, okay, we're going through something. What's gonna happen? Let me tell you something. I'm telling you about my experience. These people pull the credit. You hear me? I'm talking about balances, available credit that I have, $3,000. Some it was $2,000, 800, 500. These people pull it back to next to nothing. That $2,000, okay, they put that back. When I go to make a purchase, I was in Home Depot. Never was so embarrassed. The girl is saying, card decline, decline, decline. I'm like, what's going on? I step out of the line. When I call, they said, listen, I'm sorry to advise you. The credit all that you have available is $100. So now I'm getting confused. Oh my God, maybe somebody get to no. They pull that shit back. They take back that because they're not taking no chances. You see? So everything that's going on right now, our credit's gonna go into a belly up. So that $1,200, you think that could take care of my credit cards or anything like? No, it
P
can't.
Wave,
You
can I
think that
ask
could
you a
pay my
question?
mortgage? No.
Would you think what would you rather? Would you rather
Mhm.
they just give us a decision or either the $1,200 or freezing people's properties and rents and stuff, or would you rather the government give people an option to choose whether they want the 1,200 or their rent frozen for the rest of the year, remaining of
Well,
the year?
for me, B and C. At least I have an option. B and C. A, no. I don't want that. I don't care about the $1,200. They could keep that. They could keep that because that's not
Yeah,
going to do. And
I
I only
feel
could
like
speak for
if
myself.
people
That's not going to do anything for me.
I feel like people should
Okay.
have the choice whether they they freeze their rent and their credit and their bills, or if they want to take the 1,200. I think that that would at
Exactly.
least work.
A choice of.
Some people rather the $1,200. They should be
Well,
entitled to get what they want, but people should be entitled to have their rent and their mortgages frozen.
exactly. $1,200 is not to say, like I said, everybody cost of living is different. So maybe another family that would be good and will set them up good. I wouldn't even know what to do. Okay, because of the debts that I have out there, I wouldn't know what to do. Okay, that's not gonna help me, and that's just gonna raise my blood pressure more and more
I'm
and
over.
more. Okay. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you. Bless. Thank you, chat. Thanks everybody for listening to me. And Flo, you have a good head on your shoulder, baby.
And
I'm
thank
praying
All
you
for
for
you.
right.
Okay.
coming
Have a good
on,
one,
Heat
Heat
Wave.
Wave.
You're
You
welcome.
are
You're
you
welcome.
are such
Yep.
a joy. Thanks for coming on. And you
You're
mentioned
welcome.
something that
Bless.
people and you did mention something that people did back in the day. I used to
Mm-hmm.
hear back in the day when the welfare was going on.
Yeah.
They would send somebody to your house and
Yeah.
look all through there to make sure wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
man there, wanted to know where you
Correct.
got pregnant at,
Yep.
how many kids you got by the man,
Mm-hmm.
how
Correct.
did you buy this appliance? Oh, they were very invasive back then. They really was. If you
Exactly.
guys seen that old show back in the day,
I
what was
think
the name of that
Caroline
show?
forgot the
Uh,
name. Forgot that
yeah,
movie.
that was
Yes.
true. When the
Yes. It's a
people
true
knocked on the
story.
door,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
when the people knocked on her door, she started hiding the irons or
Yes.
any appliances. What was the name of that show? He Wave.
I
They
forgot the
had
name of the show.
Diana Carroll
Yeah,
played in
she
that play.
acted right, right, right. Forgot the name
Right,
of that show. But that is
right.
something for the young people to see because that would used to happen back in the days. Okay. And I'm like, why would people want to live like this? Why would they want to live in that way? So you have somebody controlling you and all of that. Because I personally know, on this note, I'm going to take my exit. Know that people that was on the Section 8 program, right, and got food stamp, right, and from that Section 8 house, they were straight through the door, straight into their house. That's how you do it. You don't live from generation to generation to what the hell?
Exactly.
So you're making bad for the people, the single mother
Oh, she.
that some of these men walk away and leave. These are the people that need help. Leave it for who really need it. Don't take like advantage on the situation and think you're getting away with anything. Cause you're not. You're gonna live like that till the day
Reparations
you
over
die.
stimulus.
And you
I
cannot show
believe
anything to the new generation. That's the way of
exactly.
life. Mommy, I see Miss Evans is going to work every day. How come we get money? Oh,
Ah,
the
thank you for
welfare.
the super chat.
It's a
Okay,
lot of bull. Lot of bull.
that's
Anyway, guys, bye.
Exactly. I want to say this last thing and then I'm gonna
uh huh.
get out. Okay, because everybody always thinks that I have Republican conservative views. I actually don't. I actually read a lot from Booker T. Washington, Langston Hughes. I actually read Marcus Garvey. I get a lot of my mindset from these black, how we gonna call them? We gonna call them legends because that's what they were. They were legends, and although some of them had their faults, they made really good points, and those points stood out to this day. Booker T. Washington wanted us to have economy. He wanted us to have trades. He wanted us to farm. He wanted us to grow. He said if we did it as people, as black people, did not follow that path, we would end up where we are today. And that's always needing and
Say that
always
again
wanting
slow.
and not, huh?
Go ahead. Look, let Flo finish for Kiki. She was
Oh,
Yeah,
saying
you
oh,
something,
talking
and
that real.
thank you for the super chat.
and
Let me see who
and
that was real fast.
that's where I get my retort from. I get it from
Chocolate,
Booker T.
thank you.
Washington. That's why I was like, you know what? I want to get into agriculture. I want to open my own farm. There's not a lot of black farms out here. A lot of the farms that they gave us during let's see, during like probably 1862 when they started giving 50 acres and a mule, they were giving people uh tarnished soil and property that they couldn't even
Wait a minute, who
farm.
got 50 acres in the mule? Now, we're supposed to get 40 acres in the mule back then, black people, they never got it.
No, they actually gave it to people and then they took
Oh,
it
well,
back.
I
The
don't, well,
Democrats
my
took
history
it
just
back.
said, the history I know that we didn't get that 40 acres in the mule, but maybe something that
That
I
is
missed. And the
incorrect.
name of the movie, y'all, is
It's called the
Claudine. Let me throw that
Freedmen's
in there real
Bureau.
fast before I forget what I want to say. You're right, the name of that movie was Claudine. So go ahead. I don't know what you mean by 50
The
acres in a mule.
Freedmen's Bureau is what it was
Oh,
called. And that's when the Democrats were the Republicans and the Republicans were the Democrats. They stood in opposite places. They gave people out of slavery land. They didn't give everybody, but they gave a good amount and they took it back because whites did not like black people having land. Only thing is that the land that they gave black people was tarnished. Uh you couldn't branch off of the land that
oh.
they gave you.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, then you talking about the Indian allocated, because I'm finna say about
No,
our
that
folk
was
over
not
there.
the Homestead Act. That was the Freedmen's Bureau. Go look it up, please. Look it
Okay.
up. Since we like to research, go read about the Freedmen's Bureau and how they gave people
I'm sure
land.
finna write that
And then
down.
they took it back.
I've never heard
Okay.
of that
I never
personally.
heard of it either.
I've
I'm writing
never
it
heard of
down.
black people getting 40 acres in a mule. That's the
Me
whole
either.
point of reparations being asked for,
Right.
because it was promised upon the slaves being freed that they would get 40 acres in a mule, and that
No, they
never
gave it
happened.
back. No, they did give it, but they took it back.
I
But
never
They
heard
took
of
like I
that. I promise
say,
you that.
I've never heard of it. I'm
I
not.
You
never,
I'm
guys
not
never heard
have
of
to
saying
that.
that
look it up. You have to look
I
it up.
will.
It's something they do not teach people around the board. You have to learn. That's why a lot of people say, well, oh, well, the Republicans used to be Democrats. The Republicans back then fought for us to get those reparations. But because white people were getting removed from their land that they could not pay for, they found another solution. Take the land away from black people and put them to work for that
Oh,
land.
I've
really?
never heard of any of this, and I know my family history, and my family history is my family. They worked for their land, and they got their land. My grandfather, his mother was actually a slave, so I don't know anything about what you're speaking of, but I know that in parts of the South, like Mississippi and Louisiana, I
Okay, let me
do
see what this
agree with
is.
you about the farming. And one of the major things about black farmers
Let me
is
see.
they cannot get loans from the federal government to buy these expensive tractors and things that it take to work their farm, the expensive machinery. That's another problem with black farmers going out of business because they cannot uh improve upon their farming because they can't get loans from the bank, and that's another way to make black farmers go broke and to take all of that learning and all of that history of black farmers away from the ancestors that's coming behind them. And and that is a big strike on independence and being able to work the land and to be able to farm. And also in Louisiana, they're buying out these sugarcane farms and things like that. They're trying to buy out sugarcane farms and put sugarcane farmers out of business when and not giving them loans, and they can industrialize and things like that. So that's another way that you know they disenfranchise black people. So there are many different ways that this is happening, and I do agree that if we knew better the old things that our ancestors knew how to grow crops and things like that, and were able to industrialize our knowledge like other races would, we would be ahead of the curve. But since that has been taken away from us systematically, um, we don't have that. We lost all
Well,
that knowledge.
and I'm reading this right now, even as y'all speaking. I had to go look up this Freedman's Bureau. And I'm sorry, Kiki, you was there before Ronnie Q. We just jumped in and started talking. I'm gonna bring you up on here to speak next. But y'all, I am reading a little bit about this. In the years following the Civil War, the Bureau of Refugees, freedmen, and abandoned lands, the Freedmen's Bureau provided assistance to tens of thousands of former slaves and impoverished whites in the southern states of the District of Columbia. See, I didn't know this. The
But that's
war
in
had liberated
DC.
nearly 4 million slaves and destroyed the region's cities, towns, and plantation based economy.
But that's
It,
only
that,
in DC. That's not nationwide. So
right.
that's like that doesn't encompass a whole lot because most of the free slaves were from the South anyway, and they
Wow.
migrated to the North.
Yeah, the
So
Bureau was established in the War Department in 1865 to undertake the relief effort from the
But with me being
unprecedented
person,
social
when they went to the
reconstruction.
north, a lot of people
Wow.
sold their land in the south. My family owns a good part of land in Charleston, South Carolina, where they are now gentrifying and taking my family, my ancestors had to go through the swamps and try to form some type of crops, and they didn't. Okay, and these people came and they took it right away. These people go up to the north, they sell their property, it goes to white folks. Okay,
well, if they sell their property, you can't blame nobody for the gentrification. If you
but
sell
you
your
can
property,
blame for
if you
slavery.
sell your property, you sold your property. That's why you need to be educated on what the value of having property is. Like in my family, we have generations of hundreds of acres in two different states, and we understand that the property means something. We don't sell any oil rights. We don't sell any mineral rights in any type of way. We make money off of selling the timber every 20, 30 years. I mean, just the land sitting there just growing. If you don't even do anything, you can have somebody come in and make money off the trees that's growing on the land. See, that's something that people don't know. Having
Are
land is very important, and that was one thing that my grandfather said, that if you own your own place, you know well, 9 times out of 10 now, with the way they're doing things like this public domain and all this type of stuff, the way they take your property away when they want to build freeways and things like that. But if you own something, it's better than renting because can't nobody come, and you always have a home.
now Ronica, are you speaking as like today, or are you talking about like back way back then during like the civil rights and stuff?
Well, this is what this is what we were. My grandfather taught my parents, and my parents taught me.
Okay. Okay. My
Yeah,
my great grandmother is 115 years old. She left South Carolina when she was probably around 30. Okay, and she had to leave because of slavery. A lot of these people, when we say reparations, we don't mean because we're black, give us money. What we mean is that a lot of these people in the South was chased off their land. Okay, chased off their land. Their
yeah,
properties were stolen from them.
sure was.
We need reparation. It is owed to us. It is
But
owed to us. It does not need to be given. It's owed.
But reparations is also owed to us for all the free labor that we did to build this nation, the wealth that we built for this nation off of our backs of free labor. Yes,
Yeah.
we need reparations for that because the United States of America was built off of free slave labor.
It was
All
built
those
off of
monuments,
all the
all
slaves,
those
man.
Capitol buildings, all those things were built by slaves that's still standing today. And
Exactly.
yeah, we need
Exactly.
reparations for that. Jewish people got reparations. The Japanese got reparations. Nobody blinks an eye at that. That people always want to say, "Oh, the Holocaust. Oh, you can't speak bad on the Holocaust. It's a sacred
Mhm.
thing. This, that, and the other." But then they want us to be like, "Oh, that was so long ago. I didn't own slaves. You wasn't a slave. So why you need reparations and all this old idiotic talk when it comes to reparations with the black person?" But the black person built this United States of America and built the economy of the United States of America.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I got 12 more minutes, guys, to be on
All
here.
right,
This is
I'm
very
gonna go in the chat.
interesting.
That's true.
Anybody else want to speak on this subject before I get off? This is the longest I have ever stayed on here, guys. I actually been on here 2 hours and 40 minutes, but the last hour and a half of this has been very interesting. I'm glad that we went in this direction because everybody say they want to talk about something that matters. This is fun, so I'm going to have to look more into this
That's
Freedman's
true,
Bureau
King.
because I never heard of that. And thank
And they
you,
asked for the
Flo,
book.
for
Thank you,
discussing it and
Flo. I'm
bringing it
gonna have
up.
to look that up too. Thanks for the information. I'm gonna look it up
Yes.
and see because yeah, that's good information.
And
I'll look
I'm
it
gonna
up.
come back with it to maybe tonight or tomorrow because I'm very interested in it. I had never in all my life heard of that. And I lived a long time. I went to the school and back in the day when they used to lie to us and say Christopher Columbus discovered America. But by
I
the
was
time
so
my
sorry.
children hit high school, they start telling the truth that the Indians were here first. I done went through all this American history, but I had never heard of that. So I appreciate something new. Like I say, you're never too old to learn something new. I appreciate that. I really
And
do.
one more thing, what
That was
they have
good.
in a history book now in Texas. In Texas is one of the largest school districts, and their school books get distributed throughout the United States after they're used. That African Americans were immigrants to this country, not slaves, immigrants. Okay, that's what one of the largest school districts actually put in their book. Like we were immigrants that willingly came over here, willingly worked, were paid for our work. No, we were
That's
slaves. We
lies.
weren't immigrants. So there's a big shortfall in what's being taught, and they're totally wiping out the whole slavery thing from history that they're teaching these young kids today. So we just can't allow the government to just teach our people, our kids, but we have to have the knowledge ourselves if we're going to teach our kids. So thanks for the conversation and good
I
talking to you
enjoyed it.
guys. I miss
I
P.
will
I'm gonna
Likewise,
be
come
in
back.
the
nice
chat.
talking to you
And
too.
Goddess, I see what you asking. Do y'all research on Democratic Party? Yeah. And I don't usually want to come on here and talk about politics and stuff because I don't be wanting to go the wrong way because some people get very passionate. But I'm enjoying this. But we can come back and speak on that too because I'm going to really look into what Flo said because that's a pretty good talk. I wouldn't mind discussing that. And so
And
go
and
ahead,
I think people
Pizarro.
asked for the book, but I think I got cut off. It's called Free Women's and the Freedmen's Bureau.
Free women. Say that again, baby girl. Let me write that
Free
down.
Women's and the Freedmen's Bureau.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you for coming up, everybody who came up and spoke
All
on. Miss
right.
Pizarro, go ahead,
See you
baby.
later, Bless.
Thank you for coming, Flo. I appreciated you.
You
Appreciate it. You
welcome.
got some new stuff you done told the old lady here, girl.
Allah. Okay.
Okay. All right then. What's up, baby girl? Hey, Miss Pizarro. I think we're gonna be getting our stimulus.
That's what I was just about to say. I ain't talking about all this other stuff y'all talking about. I need them to give me my stimulus. And I don't want no 1,200 or 2,700. No, I need them to give me 20K or more. I'm
Well,
just saying.
I just read to you a little bit about the stimulus that it's gonna be 1,200 or more. We might be getting it towards the end of the year. I'm figuring in December
See,
once
let's
the
we
bill
don't
get through
need
passing.
we don't want no stimulus at the end of no year. We need a stimulus now. And I need 20K right now. Okay. I done paid well over 20K in taxes, so give me my money.
Well, I heard that everybody needs their money, but like QI said, it's not enough. It's basically barely touching the surface of somebody's rent. But somebody can use it, like they say, 12. But if I get the 1,200, appreciate it. But it sure ain't gonna touch my rent. But it will do, like somebody said in here, it will buy some groceries and a car note. Maybe somebody rent, but I believe it's coming towards the end of the year. I read it just a little bit of it this morning on my live when I first started. So you're gonna be getting it pretty soon, pretty soon. But now, you guys, let me say this too. I'm surprised at how many people that indulge in this conversation, because usually people don't like anything positive or anything of substance. So I really enjoyed myself with everybody today. I really did. Everybody that came on, even the chat, was indulging and engaging. I really appreciate all that, guys. I do. And with that said, oh my God, I've been here a long time, but keep going, Pizarro. We got 5 more minutes, and I'm going to be playing the music and be dropping the diamond. Thank you for the super chat. I did get a super chat. It's not too late. Oh, look at here. I can't believe this. It took a minute, but we got there. How you into likes? Oh, God. Yeah. Well, thank you for the likes, everybody. Thank you for the super chat. Not super chat. What was that? Cash app. Yeah. Thank you for the cash app, y'all. It ain't too late to hit the like again if you want to. It ain't too late if y'all decide y'all want to drop something in my cash app. I appreciate it. It's not required, but I do appreciate it, y'all, because let's have some problems too, like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. But you know what? That's a blessing for y'all that was able to keep y'all jobs, because a lot of people's hurting very, very badly. A lot of people out here is getting put out. I hate to see that. Thank you too, Ronnie Q. Thank you too. Howdy Snowfly. Heidi Snowflake. Hey, Heidi Snowflake. Flake, whoever. That's not the Heidi, real Heidi, I don't believe. But anyway, welcome. Go ahead, Miss Pizarro.
Oh,
I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I said all of us coming up here and says that I want my stimulus. And
You
I don't
gonna
want it
get
at no end of the year. I need it passed today, tomorrow, or by next week. We ain't got a whole year. They ain't gonna have enough time in a whole year. Now they keep making the American people wait on the stimulus check. More than that, they're gonna have to worry about. Now they think these riots is already bad. Now imagine half of the country doing riots and doing whatever they want to do, which that gonna happen. That's gonna happen. So y'all might as well get prepared. I'm just saying, just get prepared because it is gonna happen. But we need our stimulus.
Girl, you funny about this stimulus situation, but we gonna get it. We gonna get our Stevie this. But people need it before Christmas, though. You're right. People need it for Thanksgiving. People need it, period, point blank. And for those of y'all, if you're listening, try to pay on your rent, because they're gonna make y'all pay it back, and it's gonna be worse. They're not giving you guys anything. It's gonna be worse. You're gonna have a hard time if you can. My daddy always taught me, whatever you do in life, whatever you do, always pay that rent first. Forget about a car note. Forget about power, because you can always make some sandwiches and eat out the canned goods or whatever like that. You can also always light some candles, have a flashlight, but you need that roof to keep the elements away. Get your roof, pay your rent, y'all. That's what you have to do. Because I know some of you probably just get enough for rent and rent only. If you got to catch the bus, catch the bus. But pay your rent. There's nothing wrong with catching the bus. I've did it several times in between cars, okay? So that's what y'all need to do. And somebody said, what they say? Pizarro
Well,
needs
I
to
don't
work.
think it's more of them having to pay just their rent, bless. Some people have to still probably ain't got approved for their food stamps for their churn. So they have to take that money and spend it on mostly food.
Well, no,
And then
no,
what's
no.
even more crazy is that the food industry is not making it no better for people because it is going up. They're going up even higher on the food. So I don't even
Go to the
understand why
food
they
bank.
doing it.
Go to the food banks if you have to. Just pay your rent. You don't want your kids and you out there on the streets. That rent is important because, like I said, you can go get some food. I don't care. It might not be what you want, but get that rent paid because I'd rather pay my rent and go to the food pantries than to be out there on the streets with my children. Okay? I'm going to pay my rent. And if I ain't
They
got the
pay.
food
I
stamps,
think they paying the rent. It's just that they just be probably feel like they need more money than what they getting. Who knows? I mean, everybody is struggling at this point, trying to make things become better than what it is.
well, I tell you what, I won't be too proud to run my butt down to the food pantry if need be. If my kids were still young, it was a situation I had a choice. Well, that choice gonna be my kids ain't gonna be on the street. We're gonna go to the food pantry. Everyone we can hit once a week, and we're gonna eat. Now, might not be a lot of meat, I hear, but every now and then, I guess every year they might give you a turkey, or whatever they do. But believe me, my rent would get paid first, and I will buy me some candles and some flashlights. But thank God, I never really had to go through that. But those that are, I pray for them too, that they would do better and can do better, because it's hard even for somebody like me. Like I said, I'm not doing my work no more. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I feel blessed that I'm able to keep paying my rent. I'm going to keep my roof. I'll let my car go if that was the case. My bills are paid. Thank God we say exactly. So that's all I'm saying. Get that rent paid. If you ain't getting no stamps, don't be too proud to go to the food pantry. Don't let nobody, these people, ignorant people that come on here, oh, they got stamps. Oh, my house big. Y'all forget about all what they talk about and do what you got to do, especially if you got children. Simple as that. I'm going to get the music going while we still talking, Miss Pizarro, because, oh,
No,
Lord, I
oh,
feel
that was all, blessed. That was all. I think people just want their stimulus check so they can pay their rent. That's the purpose of them wanting the stimulus check is so that they can pay their bills that they is behind them because they do know the government is gonna make them pay this back. What they don't know is that when they get ready to file taxes for 2021, they will be paying all their money back from their stimulus check. That's
I
just one
know.
thing most of them don't know. But yeah, the government is going to make you guys pay back your own money into your own self to them back from your taxes. So everyone who thinking they're going to be getting a good long sum tax money for 2021, no, your government is making you pay your stimulus check money that you're getting from them. They're making you guys pay it back to them.
And that is so
So
wrong. That is so wrong of them to
well, it's
do.
wrong, but until American people stop being lazy and fight for what they believe in, they're gonna continue to get taken advantage of. And people wonder why they have all these riots going on in other countries because those people over there is not playing around with their government. They're not playing around with their president, their governments, no nothing. They don't care anymore. They're fighting their government because they want to be equal. They want to be treated equal, and they're tired of the rich folks taking over and they the ones who get all these handouts, but everybody else is told, oh well, you should have saved money for a rainy day. Well, if that's the case, why didn't Bill Gates didn't save money for a rainy day? Why didn't Jeff Bezos didn't save money for a rainy day? If that's the case, because keep in mind they got hundreds of millions of money of the stimulus package that they passed the first time. Then this stupid dumb bill that they got now called the skinny bill, that don't have anything to do with the American people. It don't have nothing to do with American people. Every bill that they keep doing, they keep trying to give money to their friends and their buddies and people from both the Republicans and Democrats. Is finally all of a sudden seeing this. But you guys been knew this. Y'all been knew that they both is the same team just playing y'all to keep y'all arguing and going back and forth so that you guys don't see the fraud that they be committing towards the American people. It's okay for them when they want to negotiate giving all this money to the banks and to Wall Street. They didn't have these problems negotiating on giving them $500 billion or 2.6 $1 trillion. They didn't have that problem. But soon as it comes to talk, government, what about the American people here that's suffering? Oh, well, we gotta negotiate this, and Nancy don't want to do this, and Mitch don't want to do this, and Mark don't want to do that. They always do this when it comes to the American people. And you know why they keep duking y'all? Because y'all keep fighting with each other over who better, the Democrats or the Republicans. Both of them are the same team that's only here to steal all y'all money and help their rich friends. They don't care nothing about y'all. They really don't. They just like that we get to be idiots and go to work for rich folks who definitely don't care nothing about us. Why did they give all these rich corporations all this money?
Yes,
That's
I
what I
get
want
you,
to know.
girl.
Why do they get to get loans and all this freaking money while the American people only get $2,700 bald-headed dollars, and they know damn well everybody who goes anywhere, you pay taxes on everything that you do in this in United States. When you go to the store and buy groceries, you still gotta pay taxes. When you go to the store and you have to buy cigarettes, blacks, any freaking thing, you paying taxes. Rich folks don't pay taxes. When is people gonna realize that you are poor for a reason? Because rich folks get to live free and don't have to worry about nothing, while the rest of us have to go to work, bust our behind, and do what we got to do to provide for our children. But rich folks ain't got that problem. Why? Because the government keep giving up your money to them while giving you crumbs. When is you going to stand up
Exactly.
and demand respect that you deserve? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, and I appreciate your passionate side of you. That's like I like when you come on. But we're gonna start dropping the diamonds, baby girl. I appreciate you coming on. I've been on here almost 3 hours or 2 minutes, 54 minutes. I must go start dropping the diamonds. And let me see. Uh, yeah, I appreciate everybody that came on here. Running King Preach, excuse me. No, nobody cut nobody off. It's just that when you got a panel and people are talking and I have somebody in the background waiting 5 to 10 minutes, then I will come in and say, okay, this person, you go ahead and talk now. So if anybody felt like that, it wasn't meant to be like that, okay? But when you got a panel of 5 or 6 and everybody is passionate, everybody want to complete what they saying, but they don't be realizing that they've already talked 5 to 10 minutes. So nobody was cutting nobody off or anything like that. Thank you everybody that came in. I appreciate all of y'all in the chat. I always appreciate and love you too, Miss Pizarro, as well as everybody. I'm sorry, Kiki, that maybe you got dropped off or whatever. Okay, but we'll catch you next time. This was a great topic. I am going to research some of this, and because that was something that this old lady learned new. Freedman's Bureau. Thank you, Flo. Everybody that came on the panel. Yes, it was a good discussion, and I'm glad to know that people do like these kind of talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm really glad to know that. And then, like I say, we're all just probably tired of the same mess over and over and over and over, and over again, the same old fights. So, with that said, you guys keep dropping them diamond. I'm gonna dance my way out of here. Just a little tiny bit with you guys, as usual. You're wild. And then I'm gonna go do my breakfast. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What time is it? It's 10:36 here, y'all. Oh, Lord, I've been here a long time. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me get this coffee. I think my coffee done got kind of warm, y'all. Drop them, y'all. Drop the diamonds. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you again, Duchess Kelly Love. You know, that was really fun. It really was, y'all. So next Thursday, y'all get ready. Y'all got a whole week to get y'all gospel song together. Well, Wednesday, whatever. So whatever, who always want to join, it was great. It took me away from the wretchedness, the negativity every time, like even this discussion right now, you guys. Okay, love you guys. And with that said, toodaloo and toodaloo. Y'all have a blessed morning. I'm going to be surfing the streets here for a minute. Like I said earlier when I first came on, I'm mad at Big Brothers. I'm just tired of them. So next year I ain't going to watch them. I say it every year. But okay, and if y'all want to catch up with it, I think Spilly Boy is doing views on it. I know Duchess spoke on it last night, but like your boss lady always speaking on it. She's done good. She trying to get out of here. I have got out of this sector. You got to go at least 30 days. So God is, baby girl, I know you spend a lot of money on your skill. So I think you might have to do what you said. stop watching for a little while, the sector or whatever, until you get out of that right there and do what you got to do. I will be over there supporting you when you start doing your trade, your nails. I will be there. Okay, love you guys. Toodaloo and toodaloo.